Yes, people, and welcome back to Rivals. Big up to all my kings and queens in the building, to all my roles. Big up to everyone in the chat. Yes, man. Let me just bring on the man them straight away. Big up, Dedge. Raise up your hand if you're in the final. Let me know. Raise up your hand if
Yeah.
you're in the final. That's what I
Put
got.
your,
Come
put your
on,
lighters up.
and the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah. Put
It's
your lighters up. You know? Put your
hey,
lighters up. You get
hey,
me? You
hey.
know what it is? It's not just a final.
Yeah.
It's a meaningful final. We're not doing any of the idiot cup. You know what I mean? None of that idiot cup rubbish. But yeah, man, it's a pleasure to be here. You get me? Where we're supposed to be. We're back home. All we need to do is just get it over the line, bro. This is the dustiest Man United team I've ever seen in my life. Get it over the line, save our season, kick on, bring in the likes of Eze, do you know what I mean? Lacroix, Kirkes, you know what I mean? And then we go for it. Top 4, top 5 finish next season.
The man, the man want to laugh. But listen,
I don't know why
right?
they're laughing, to be honest.
I can't even hear them right now.
Uh,
I can't even hear them. Hey, you know what? A couple of rivals in the building. Skinny T. I see
What's
them man skinny T, and I don't know why, but
I thought, I thought Ash was gonna leave me and Chinks last because like he's taking it to heart. Like we was in the backstage and that. Just
take it to heart. What's a heart?
big up, no, just do
Oh.
joke.
Oh, raw.
Look at that! Look at that!
Hold
Look
that.
at that! That was reflex. He didn't even mean to do that. That's how he felt. That's how he really felt.
Put your hand up if you've already been in the final and you got a trophy. Ah, crazy. No.
I tell you, with us. Hey, big up, man. Make sure you hit the like and the share and subscribe, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your side team, tell your main team, to everyone.
Oh my word!
Trust me. We don't discriminate on this channel.
I
People,
want to thank my girlfriend and my wife. I mean, my
oh, sorry, because we're in the UK. Your dog, your cat, you know. I know. Pets,
Wow.
it's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but yo, Faze, what you saying, man? Obviously, you'll be watching us. Oh, you could be watching Emmerdale, to be fair. I don't know. Yeah, you'll be watching us in the European final. Yeah, man. Talk to me, man. How you feeling, man? How are you today, man? You good?
All right, man. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck, though, man.
You.
Genuinely, yeah, man.
So you don't one of those fans that you want Man U to win over Spurs or no?
I wasn't in the competition, so it's not taking anything from me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not. I'd rather you win it than Man U.
I hear it.
Personally, after all the time, you lot deserve a fucking trophy. To be honest, man. Like I think.
Do you know what, FaZe? I really appreciate that coming from you, bro. And yeah, respect for that. And generally speaking, I actually wanted it to be a London thing. To be honest, I actually wouldn't have minded if you lot won the champs and we won the Europa, because I was actually looking forward to the excitement of Tottenham, Arsenal, North London derby, but also going for a Super Cup. Wouldn't that have just been amazing? But look, we've always got next season or the season after to kind of make that happen. But big up to you for showing love to our club. Do you get me, in this very, very important time?
I hope you guys win it. Crystal Palace win the FA Cup, and we can do a show together. We'll be like Alcoholics Anonymous, like we've done.
It's that full circle
We've
moment,
done
innit?
we can share our war stories and say I made it. I've been sober. I'm good. I'm clean now. So,
but you know what, Tune? I'm glad you said that, because I was chatting to LB the other day, and we got into one, to be honest, because I'm just fed up of this narrative that City's just going to do it. City's just going to do what? Do you know what I mean? They're not guaranteed. For me, after Spurs, I actually think Palace is their next bogey team. And really and truly, if Eze's offside goal that weren't an offside had gone in to make it 3-0, Palace was pamming them. They were getting pammed real quick. So for me, I hope Palace does it. I hate the level of entitlement from City fans that think. I mean, these men are talking about they're going to win the league next season. And the truth of the matter is, when we really break down the team, Newcastle is the strongest team in the Prem, in my opinion. Like, I saw it coming, but I didn't see it come like this. And big up to Eddie Howe. And I was on, big up to Adrian that's in the chat. I was on his channel yesterday. And I said that Spurs moving forward, we got to compare ourselves to Newcastle. When we're bringing in players over the summer, you got to say to yourself, can that midfield compete with Newcastle's midfield? Can those wingers compete with Newcastle's wingers? Because if they can't, then don't bring them. They're bruck. They're butters. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, them man got Harvey Barnes. Why didn't we bring in Harvey Barnes? Harvey Barnes was gettable. They've got Gordon and Barnes. They've got Murphy moving like a madman. We ain't got nothing like that in our team. But that midfield three, whatever midfield three you put out from Spurs, it's not competing with that midfield three. So Newcastle for me moving forward is the yardstick for next season.
Hey, listen, you got these man covering their mouths like because they're just smiling up. They didn't even have to behave, so getting giddy and that. I said, yeah, but it is what it is. It's real talk. You have to give praise where praise is due, innit?
I've been watching bear streams with people giving us praise. I'm just not used to it. I'm confused
Trust
right
me.
now. I don't know how to act.
I haven't got a clue either. It's like I've been poor all my life, and you got. It's like having a father who never tells you I love you, and then like on his deathbed he finally tells you I love you, son. You don't know what do you say? Like, oh, cheers, bro.
Too late, Dad. Too late.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Done.
There's rumors that we might add Jack Grealish to that midfield. That'll be funny. Bruno and Jack Grealish in the midfield. Oh god, that's crazy.
It'll be very scary. I think that if I'm being honest, just a quick Newcastle bit, but I would just say if you guys get it right this transfer window, you are genuine title contenders. You've heard it here first. Call me what you want, but I think they're like.
But what does get it right mean, Ash? Sorry. Because I think they're pretty much there. What do they need to do to get it right?
Like two or three. I think a centre back, a ball playing centre back,
and goalkeeper.
Yeah, and I'd say a wide player on the right hand side, just to balance out what they have on their left. And yeah, but there's not really much more I could say. Yeah, that's for me personally. What do you think?
I think for us,
I think you're bang on for three sort of near enough first team ready. I think we needed about another three more to bolster the squad who can play rotational minutes as well. Because our squad is threadbare, man. When you really look at the subs bench and below, there's nothing there. So with that and the European competition.
That's true. And I think it's going to be the same for a lot of teams like Tottenham Forest, if they do make, or they will make Europe, won't they? Well, we could talk about it, but I just think, I know they're 7th or 6th, whatever it is, but
pressure burst pipe, huh?
Yeah, I think they've definitely made Europe, though, haven't they?
Yeah, they qualified.
No, Villa have.
No,
I don't know if
Forest have just about made it.
Have they? Okay.
Because they're ahead of Villa, are they not? That's what I'm thinking. So
I thought Villa are ahead of them.
No, I think. Well, Villa not 6th. Are they
Villa 6th on 60?
Yeah, Villa got 63.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but Forest are 7th on 62, and the next closest team is 7 points behind.
Scary times.
But yeah, no, I want to get back to the final talk, innit? The Man United. I mean, I've invited a few Man United heads, but I can't see them. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I still want to talk on it. In your guys' honest opinion, what are your thoughts on Amorim and some of his comments he's been making of late? Because he's sounding like he's not sure, like if he's good enough for the job or good enough if Man United are culturally ready, if they're ready for that painful rebuild. He's saying something like, what? He doesn't think they should be playing Champions League. You know, they should be doing it through the league first. He's saying a few things, you know. It's gonna take time. They need a painful rebuild, and that's just
smart. That's very smart of him. That's very smart
for his profile and as a manager. But I think it's a bit crazy for his job because the owners are going to be like, "Bruv, you need Champions League."
If your girl starts talking like that, like, you know, you know what? If this where is this going? Like, do you really see us together? It sounds like someone's creating it. I think he's creating if I start hearing that, I think the manager's creating an exit door for himself, but he's just wondering. I'm not going to get the compensation money. He'll bounce because if he leaves Man United, he'll bounce back. You know, there will be a Champions League club that will pick him up. It's just that when he entered Man United, it's like, raw, this is hell, bruv. Remember, they got Udogie. Anybody know Udogie? Who did they get? What's that? Dogu, that's it. And that's just a drop in the water. Like, you know, do you remember? Does anybody remember Dogu? Now he's going to bring in. I know they've got a big transfer window ahead, and you know, to Lap Cunha, but he can't. Amorim, I think, deep down knows that he can't. He's asking these players to do a rescue job. Do you get it? Like, and they will come in knowing that, and they could add to this feeling of self-entitlement going into that squad. Does that make sense? If I know you're calling me into this company because you need me more than I need you, You need me to pluck you out the depths of hell, which is 17th, 16th position. Is different to compared to a team that's competing for titles and doing that kind of stuff. I don't know. When I hear Amorim talking like that, it sounds like people would say, "Oh, he's telling the truth." He is telling the truth, but it's the timing of it and it's the intentions. Because I think he had to wind back on when he said,
Yeah, he did.
well, didn't he say something about what did he say? He said something along the lines of leaving, and then he said about like, no, I'm going to stay or something. He
He
had
said a
to.
lot of things, bro. I'll be honest with you. I think he's having that kind of self-dialogue, that kind of therapy session within the conferences where, like he's talking in the third person. I'm not sure if I'm right for the position. You know what I'm saying? So he's literally doing up like,
You don't think he's quelling expectations?
you could look at it that way. You could say like he's doing the whole mind game things where he's like saying, guys, we need to kind of relax and be easy.
Yeah, we're not ready for champs.
We're not ready for champs. But it's like the Man United fans, they're not trying to hear that. They're Man United.
Hence why he needs to say stuff like this, because it don't work like that no more. It's been proven. It don't work. Where you're 17th is that I'm just Man United. It don't work like that no more. I'm sorry. There's too much money and tacticians in this game and people who are better run than just you. I'm just Manchester United. Like
That's true, but Faith, is there a way to quell or control narrative or the expectations without talking your way out of it? So Chelsea did that early in the season when they were doing really well, and people saying, "Are you going to be in the title charge?" And I keep on mentioning that Madueke interview because that made me mad. They asked him, "Are you in the title charge?" And he leaned back in his chair like that. I said, "Hey, bro, what's that, though? What's that?" I said, you guys are gonna fall way beyond you talked your way out of it, and they literally have talked their way out of it, maybe even out of the Champions League. I think there's a danger to him.
Well, maybe he knew, because remember, them man, they play together all the time. They have a coach, they have analysis, they have data, they have a staff, they have scientists, they have physios. Like they got a whole organization with £1 billion infrastructure behind them, dictating where they're going to be and what they're going to do for the season. So you don't think he took a minute and thought, let me be realistic here. We ain't winning shit.
But there's also pride, though. There's also like.
Nah, man, pride's the biggest enemy too. I'm telling you, pride's the biggest enemy. It'll embarrass you. We'll have you doing madness out here, wearing t-shirts with brands and sayings on them. Like, you know what I mean? I'm telling you,
people have built whole lives off that scene in Cool Runnings, man. You can't be telling people pride is dangerous. Look at it. I have pride. I have power.
Now, but being realistic, because I see Arteta get fucking hung for it all the time. I remember him, and people harp on to stuff like that. He told Willian, "You join us, we'll win the Champions League within a certain amount of years." Now he looks like a fucking idiot. Like, do you get what I mean? Sometimes you have to quell expectations. They said we're moving from Highbury to the Emirates to challenge Bayern Munich, and then we got slapped 10-2. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to quell your expectations. You can't out here doing Johnny Big Bollocks all the time, because it sets you up for a bigger downfall if the expectations are higher. I personally think he's saying, listen, we're not ready for Champions League football. That's two safeties for me. Because that's like, if we don't win it and Spurs win it, we weren't ready for champs anyway. If we do win it and we get champs, don't expect us to be doing nothing crazy in the champs anyway, because we're a long way from the finished article. I think he's quelling the audience's expectations, because we forget, because we're all here like sharks swimming around meat, pause. We only want to satisfy our own narratives. So he has to speak to us when he's speaking to his own fans. So he's speaking to his fans, but we just come along with the journey. And we interpret what he's saying, whatever he's saying.
But the reality is he is in the final. Like, he's not, that's not an imagination anymore. It's not quite, he is in the final, and there is an expectation that from Man United fans, and it's a fair one to say we can win the final, because we do win finals. Like, we literally won a League Cup and an FA Cup the last 2 years. Why do we not win another European trophy?
Because we finished 17th this year, bro.
So the Tottenham, they'll say they'll be
exactly. So no one's confident right now. None of them.
You know what it is? I think with like the whole Ten Hag, that was Man United's way of saying like, we're not good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? Because of Ten Hag, it's Ten Hag's reason why we're in this position. But Deji, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I think Amarim's been there since November now, and he's played like 30 games, I think.
Yeah.
So he's been there long enough. Yeah, go on.
No, well, the thing is, I did say, I think the issue that Amarin is having It's because Man United
Preacher's backstage, by the way, but his camera's off for some reason.
overhyped him. Do you get me? They overhyped him like he was the Messiah because they were so desperate to get rid of Ten Hag. I done warned. My bedroom is a Sporting Lisbon fan. He said it took Amarin 3 seasons to turn it around at Sporting Lisbon. And I asked the question at the beginning. I said, would United fans have the patience to give Amarin time to do what he needed to do? We can see right now they are running out of patience. He's not even been there a full season. Do you get me? That's not his squad. So Amarin is not a bad manager. He came into a bad setup, and then everyone's huffing and puffing, and he's feeling bad because he's like, like I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but it's actually worse than I expected. I should have just finished off the season at Lisbon and come in the summer, but they gave him an ultimatum, which is now or never. So it's a whole mess. What I'm hoping for is that this mess continues. They continue to be confused.
Amen.
So that, you know what I mean? Amen on that. So that we can just do our thing next
Preach, brother.
Wednesday, pound them 3-4-0 and win that Europa League. Because I think there's no better chance than to do United now. And also, people have asked the question, even if he loses, bro, he don't lose his job anyway. All these people chatting rubbish saying he needs to go. He's not losing his job. Shut your mouth. He's only been there half a season. He will get a whole season. He will get a summer. He'll get a transfer kitty. He's actually got nothing to lose. We have more to lose under Postecoglou.
100%, man. Big up Preach for falling in, man. You said, bro, good, yeah?
We got the gang. Yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But look, we have to be honest, man. We have to be.
Preacher, your volume, your thingy is off. You're talking, but we can't hear you. Just to let you know.
Can you hear me now?
Ash is bad, man. He didn't want to tell you. Like, he just is going to
No,
let
I
you just.
can hear him. I can hear him.
I could hear him as well.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Face, can you hear him? No, I can't hear him. I can hear you guys. I can't hear Preach, but
I can hear him.
you, just have to-
Preach, bro.
you can translate for me then what he's saying.
Hey, I was going to ask you.
Desi.
Yeah, there you can hear him as well. I don't know what's going on, bro.
That's mad.
Face,
I can't hear.
Face is on the phone.
No, I'm not on the phone. I'm talking to my chat.
Oh. But can you hear Preach though? Can you hear Preach?
Yeah, but his audio's a bit weak though. It's like
Is
a
that
bit
what it
delayed and load.
Say something now. Say something.
Well, how am I sounding now?
Yeah.
Soon, can you still not hear him?
I can't hear a word.
That's mad.
Wow. Well, just
Wow,
before you
okay.
carry on, Desi, if this helps, bro.
All right, go on, you guys.
Say, you see in the final,
Maybe because I have the mute thing on. Go on, Preach. Say something.
I'm here, cuz.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
I got it now. Boom. You know that mute thing I had to put on earlier.
Is that you wearing a white shirt to represent your support in my club?
Oh, I respect
Well done, my bro.
Is that Tottenham?
Like, this will be together here on the show tonight. Come on, let's go.
That's good, man.
Unity. I love it. Yeah. My unity ring, man. Yeah. But I was gonna ask about this whole Amarim situation. What's your feelings on the manager? Because he's had time to he's playing with a back five, but they've conceded crazy amount of goals. Make it make sense, brother. Talk to me. He's meant to be the coach.
These brothers are washed, though.
Yo, I'm just
Your timing is always impeccable.
Honestly,
bro.
looking like a rapper from the dirty south, you know. Yeah. Someone drop a beat for the homeboy. Someone drop a beat for the homeboy. Yeah.
Man.
Pour a little liquor for Man United, bro.
Hey, yo, turn the beat on. Turn the beat on, yo.
Yeah.
Can we get a beat on?
It's like a retired OG. I've been shot 5 times, 5 different occasions. I'm like,
You know how old you have to be a retired OG.
Saying, David Banner, innit? That's who reminds me of. Right?
Yeah. One of them, man.
100%.
Oh shit,
But
David
man.
Banner, you know, bro, that is old school. Oh my god,
Mike Jones.
hey.
Talk to me. I was talking to Preach about your defensive structure, and you've got 5 at the back, but you're still conceding goals. And Just trying
Rah,
to
rah, right. It's all, right.
Deji,
So,
he came in
oh
like,
shit,
pause.
Deji's there. Hey, Deji, one day I'm gonna get a hello from you, brother. Yo,
I said hello,
man,
bro.
like, well, go on.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
We're,
Anyway,
we're going straight in for the shots, yeah.
No warm up at all, bro.
boy,
Rah.
I was trying my best, but we're 25 minutes in. I apologize. We're
You know
here.
when you
We're
get,
here now.
you know
We're
when you
here
get to the you know when you get to the bar, and man ain't even starting with like a little ray, like man's going straight for the Patron shots, bro. Like, let me take off my jacket. But
now.
yeah,
Take a look at
yeah,
Ravens shot, man. Go on.
yeah. Boy, I don't. What do you want to know? Like,
First
what,
of all, are you Amarim in? First of all, I want to know that.
yeah, I think Amarim. I think this Amarim out stuff is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard, bro. Like you can't. I genuinely am baffled, and I think United fans that say they want Amarim out have psychological issues, and like
Wow.
them man don't know how to they like the
Assess the
patience.
situation.
Yeah, like you can't. The way I put it is like this, right? If Amarim didn't want to come didn't want to come until the summer, right? We said do or die Bed-Stuy, it's now, right? Knowing full well this we don't the reason we turned him down the previous summer, the reason why other clubs turned him down as well is because we felt they didn't have the players to play his system.
Mm.
They said to him, don't worry about it, just use this year as an assessment year, figure out what you need in the summer and we'll support you. Like, how are you going to sack a manager who don't have the players to play the system that he plays, and without a summer? It makes no
No,
sense.
but I think the argument is that basically he's meant to be a coach. A coach doesn't really pick the players; they get given the players, and then they're meant to deploy tactics to win games, essentially, innit? And they're saying since he's come in, who has he actually improved? You've got Kobe Mainu come in, and it's like he's been quite stagnant. He hasn't really gone forward in that system. In fact, people might say Kobe Mainoo's gone backwards since he's come in. Do you know what I mean? I think that's where some of the Amarim out are coming with. They can't see because they've seen Ten Hag come in and say people said, "Oh, Ten Hag needs his players. Ten Hag needs his players," and Amarim's coming in, and they're like, "No, Amarim needs his players." So they feel like it's the same old cycle
But
repeating
but it
itself.
can't be the same old cycle because Ten Hag was given his players over 3 windows. The guy was supported. He spent goodness knows how much money on goodness knows how many players. If you look at Ten Hag, the team Ten Hag left versus the team that was there when Ten Hag got there, hardly any players survived over those last 2 years. So it's a completely different environment. It's a completely different situation to Ten Hag.
Who would you say has improved though? Seriously, on a serious tip, apart from maybe
Bruno.
it's debatable because Bruno's been
Bruno's just
banging.
Bruno, man. He just does what he does.
Bruno's
No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Bruno's been putting up numbers.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Now Bruno's just Bruno. But there was like years where we were telling man how sick Bruno is, and we was being told, nah,
It's not even us. It's your fan base. Your fan base
he's-
are crashing out on Bruno.
he's sloppy.
Fan
He throws
bases
his
are stupid, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
no, but I've never talked down on Bruno, but he's always been Bruno, innit? He gets goals, he gets assists, he risks the ball a lot. That's just what he does. He plays the same way like all the time. It's been consistent for Man United. He's been one of the few players over the last 5 years that has been consistent for Man United.
But
Yeah,
I
I
think
think-
He's improved. Kobe's improved in terms of because he wasn't a certified first teamer before, was he? He was someone that will pop in and pop out. Pause. Like, do you know what I mean? Now he's a regular, relied on player, like week in, week out, and
Mainly,
is he?
I think, yeah,
I don't
he
he doesn't even
definitely
play,
has.
does he? Man went to the Euros. He's barely played this season.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of injury. He's had a lot of injuries this year. To be fair to him.
Yeah, but under Ten Hag here, bruv, in the middle of the game, you'd see him standing around. Look, he don't know what to do, bruv. He's done that He done it 2 times last season, where he was supposed to be tracking back, and someone's just telling him to do something, and he's turning around like he don't know what to do. He's definitely grown. You get me, but you can't expect him to grow. You can't Avram hasn't got everything he needs in it. Like, remember, players will improve in areas that the coach need you to improve in. Do you get me? Because they're going to get you to focus on that. So you're going to improve in that area, if that makes sense. Like, so I feel like,
You can't do that when you're fighting for your life as well, man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just feel the only thing you did not expect to be like this low down on the league.
Yeah,
That's
nobody expected it.
Yeah,
And
I feel like you just thought, yeah, the team's good enough to like will make. Like, I agree with what you said earlier about this season because I'm like that. You get me? Couple man, even someone on this panel today was trying to pressure me to, give an expectation and stuff like that. But I said grace period as well, so I agree in those things. You get me?
Look at him smiling up there.
Yeah, I know. No one even had to guess. Everybody was like, yeah, we know.
You know what? You just made me think of an analogy, You know why this is an unfair metric, yeah? Because man's saying who's Amarin improved, yeah? And this is the analogy, yeah? Imagine you're in war. You're down to like your last 10 soldiers and there's 85 men trying to kill you. You think there's time for improvement? Brother, we gotta get back home, bro. We gotta get back home, bro.
But the worst thing is there are players that are playing a lot better. Like Maguire's had a dope year. Do you get what I'm saying?
That says it all. And before you go, think about what his performances were before
and what they are now.
There's only really two goals. All he's got to do is kind of play football now.
Did he play against West Ham?
Uh-oh.
No, he didn't.
Lucky.
He came on after.
Came on, yeah.
He came on after.
What was the score when he came on?
What's his name got injured?
What was the score when he came on?
It was already 2-0.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was already 2-0. Okay. He came on when Euro got injured. Euro's had a decent year, and as much as it's mad to say it, Casemiro's had a decent year. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, I wouldn't say that
Casemiro not going back to type, or like, do you know what I mean? Wasn't he decent at Real Madrid? I don't know. I'm asking.
No, but you're asking who he's improved. You've got to take a certain point, right? So when Amarim came in, where Casemiro was, we're talking like it's get out of our club time, innit? He was really, really fat as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So like the fact that Casemiro's doing these things at the moment, I'm happy for him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the Amarim out gang are just people who listen to too much media.
I just realised, he shouldn't be allowed to ask you questions this week because I've just realised what we're all doing. I've just realised what's happening there. I've just realised what's happening there, yo.
100. I can't believe I didn't catch that. I can't believe I didn't catch that.
Let FaZe ask the questions, bro.
These angled questions are crazy. You're just going to make yourself feel better. Because you got to play him in the final. I've just realised, bro.
Wait, no, we're just having a balance debate.
We had a 4-minute segment on Newcastle.
The cheek of it. The cheek of who's improved under Amarim. Who's improved under the postman?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Absolutely nobody.
1-on-1. Yeah.
Like absolutely nobody.
We don't have to answer that because we know how we feel about our manager, right? We've already answered for his crimes. Do you know what I'm saying? But
this is crazy.
Man said what's understood don't need to be explained.
About your manager and how you feel. I just want to know what
true, though. I can see where it's coming from.
Oh my god!
Yoms, genuine question though, Yoms.
Yo.
Are you not worried with this one system thing? So what happens if he gets his players and it's still not working?
Bro, everything, you can't have success without risk, bro. Like, it's a system, innit? Every manager has their system.
What have I got to lose, basically?
Like, real talk. As a footballer, if man's running past you, you know to track back, innit? Like, there's certain times I've watched man not track back. So clearly, the system is at play for some things, and then some players, I think people think like football's FIFA sometimes, where the manager's just like pushing X, or do you get what I'm saying? Like pushing buttons to make man track back. Like some players have to look at themselves and say, "Rah, like how comes I can't be bothered to track back?" Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and some players just ain't good. I don't care who you are. You cannot have Lindelof on your team, like, and tell me you're going to be doing stuff.
Is Lindelof starting in the final?
I think he will play, yeah, and I think that's why we'll lose.
Oh, you think you're going to lose?
I think we're gonna lose. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even get to that.
No, oh, no.
I might be jumping. I might be
Yoms, you're
jumping.
not allowed to
Let me
say
settle.
that. You are not allowed to say that because
Why not?
literally,
He's been
like,
honest. He's been honest.
actually forgotten. 6-7 months ago, we had a big old debate when you guys we was joking about saying, imagine Tottenham and Man United. I don't know if you guys remember this. We said, imagine if Tottenham and Man United meet in the final. Without a hesitation, Yom said, we'll win it, no matter what, we'll win it.
Yeah,
And
but
I
that's
said to
because Deji was on though.
Yoms, I remember saying to Yoms, you don't know what team you're gonna have, what form you're gonna, and you said, I don't care, it's Tottenham. That was your answer to everything. I didn't even care.
Yeah.
You remember now?
Football
Now
heritage.
Yeah, but with the context of 17th and this season, you can
Yeah,
understand
bro.
why a man.
Things change, bro. Things change, bro. Things
Bro,
change.
I thought we were gonna win the league this year. Rice started getting sent off.
He said, forget
And
heritage.
Skelly was a racist, the most hated man in the world. Skelly turned into Tupac. And I was like, and the refs were doing drugs. You change your outlook, bro.
Oh man.
He said, forget heritage, you got adopted, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? Do you know what? Like, I think if you're from a Spurs perspective, right? If you can handpick any team to play, yeah, you're gonna handpick the team that you've beaten 3 times, isn't it? Like, surely.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna say like, literally, United are the perfect opponent for Spurs because you can't be more confident. Confidence is a lot of stuff. It means a lot going into a final. You can't be more confident.
Let me change it up a little bit, man, because obviously you're not confident, but I think a confident Man United fan would argue that you've got players that have won it in the finals before. So you've got, like we said already, Bruno Fernandes. He's won it as a Manchester United player. You've got Casemiro as well. That's one.
There.
It's about to get all like us up in here.
You've got Casemiro. Sorry, that's one. He's won it as well. Don't you think those players could turn up in the individual final, or are you not confident at all?
It's not the attack that worries me. Like,
You need to get the undertaker.
It can't be the defense, bro. The defense
defense that worries me, bro. It's the defense and the goalkeeper that worry me. Like,
Tottenham.
you man, was scoring from corners, bro. Like,
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
you know what I'm saying?
That was crazy.
Yeah,
That's what worries me,
That
bro.
was crazy.
Sunday the whoopsie, the kind of quick.
Wasn't it that twice in 1 week that happened when his team scored against you in 1 week?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Cunha did it as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Both different goals, both times as well.
Vicario's shaky at corners as well, though, lads.
Yeah, he's soft though. He is tough.
Pause, but yeah.
Well, big up Mr. Box Office TV, man.
Yeah, by the way, Deji, you can go now because this is where you duck, don't you? This is where you can duck now because you can go now because this is where you duck now, isn't it? You know what I mean? You don't want that smoke. Yeah, you can duck now. You can go now. You can go now. You don't need it now. You don't need now. You don't need to know because you don't want it. You always duck. And you preach.
What the hell?
Come on.
15 seconds.
This is why
You always duck.
He's
I never bring Dad to parents'
No,
evening.
man. I
I think you're even on mute as well, bro.
Don't need you now. See. No, I'm
No, I was
sorry.
gonna say, what smoke? What smoke? What are you talking about?
Because I saw you like yesterday. As soon as I come on, time's ticking. I need to go now. Need to go. Time needs to go now.
You ducking him, Deji. You ducking Mr. Box Office.
He's another one. So no, I'm sorry. No, I'll just call it out how it is. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Let's chill, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're good now, Deji. You're good. You got G-checks. You're good now. You're good now. We tapped your pockets. We tapped your pockets and said what you doing on our block. You're good now. You're good now.
Deji's got the problem though. Deji's got the problem then. Deji's got the problem though. Oh yeah, we've got two tactics as well. That chat shit as well, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But yeah,
Man shot the club and then said we can chill now.
No, but
Shut it up
that's
and
cool.
just
It's
sat
cool.
down now.
Cool.
Who wants a
No.
drink?
No, but you know what? No, to be fair to Mr. Box Office, there was a lot of men that were back in Ange, innit? And I just want to know, would you guys that were back in Ange, do you still back Ange? And would you have him at your club? Would you finish 17th? Like, would you swap places and win a trophy?
Oh, hold on, but you have to.
If you had to win a trophy, and
Okay.
17th, are you
But
doing
in
that?
that scenario, you have to include how many injuries you have. How many injuries do you have currently?
It's the box office? Would you
No,
like-
no. Don't hide behind Mr. Box Office. Give me how many injuries do you currently have? Well, let's include that. How many
It's
injuries?
been us.
Please
Oh,
don't do this injuries thing because I had to deal with this guy that went on with your Tottenham TV talking absolute nonsense and lying on there. You know what I mean? Saying about injuries and that we're deluded. So I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear about you injuries. Everyone's had bigger injuries than Tottenham. The only club that
Deadly
think about
again.
we've got too many injuries. Yeah. See, he's ducking. He's ducking. He's ducking. See,
Pressured him into staying.
but this is the thing. Yeah, I see people. I see you. I see people. I see how they act. I see
He's
how
got
they
work.
act.
He's got
Because
work tomorrow, but
they
he
don't
can't
want to
leave
worry
now.
about their
He has to go
reputation.
leave.
Because they listen to other people. Because they say, don't come on the stream, Mr. Box Office, because it's going to ruin your reputation.
Peer
Bullshit.
pressure, bro. Peer
Absolute
pressure, bro.
bullshit. Sorry, Ash. I'm sorry for swearing. I'm sorry for swearing. I shouldn't be doing this because I like you guys, yeah. But I'm sorry. I just call out some of these top-end YouTubers that chat absolute rubbish and they don't want to chat to me because I know they're going to get mullered by Mr. Box Office. But the point I'm making is
Can I just
anyway.
quickly say something, box office? I love you as a brother, bro. Pause. But the only thing I struggle with is it takes 5 minutes for you to make your points. Sometimes 10, 15 minutes. What are you saying, blood?
Okay, fair enough. My point is, though, yeah. You got a good point there. To be honest, I've got to get better at it. Anyway,
He's accountable though, box office. You gotta admit he's accountable.
the thing is, though, I don't like this whole thing about Tottenham thinking it's only happening to them. Injuries. We've got too many games. Yeah. Oh, players are not in form. You know, the fact that the manager hasn't given any much time.
That's
Oh,
all true, though.
it's just all this stuff. It's just like it's the only team that has everything going against us, and it's just like I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's not.
let's talk about it,
You
man.
do though, man. At
We do
times
have,
you do.
we do
But
have
yeah,
injuries.
sorry to spoil your conversation anyway. But
No,
anyway.
no, it's
We
cool.
have to
Injuries
start
are
a
relevant.
conversation. Look, I think what Mr. Box Office, I think Alex, you make a good point. But I think what we can't do is we can't completely poo-poo the fact that we didn't have our number one goalkeeper. Whether you think our number one goalkeeper is good or not is irrelevant. He was out for a chunk of period of time. We had our two strongest centre backs were gone for a period of time. Our wing backs were gone for a period of time. Midfield up and down everywhere. So we have missed players, but I agree. Despite that, the squad should have been good enough to be in the top 10. And I said it the other day. I said, had Spurs been seventh or eighth and in the final of the Europa League, I don't think we would be having the kittens that we're having. The reason why we're having kittens is because we sit here today, a week before the final, and literally we've lost 20 games. Like when I called it out in November and said Spurs could lose 18, 19 games, I had to come out the other day and keep it real. I was joking. I was just like rubbish. Only to see the thing happen in real life. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, like you make a statement,
that
not
as well, bro. I remember you saying that.
happen.
Mad.
Do you know what I mean? So I do think, but you are right. That doesn't excuse our performances. The only thing I would say is this: there was a lot of Tottenham fans saying, "I don't mind finishing 17th as long as I win a trophy." Not a Europa League. They were prepared to accept a Carabao Cup and finish 17th. And so for me, if he does get it over the line, in theory he's done his job. Because for me, all I wanted was a trophy and I wanted Champions League. What I didn't expect was that I could finish 17th and potentially get two for the price of one. That's the mad thing here. And that's where I'm like, you know what? I've seen enough. He has to go. But if he achieves what we wanted him to achieve at the beginning of the season, then we have to give him the respect and we have to give him props for doing that because no one else has been able to do it in recent time.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be quick because you all beautiful people need to say your piece. You know what I mean? I've got my own channel to say it. My point is though, yeah, right. The thing that annoys me, what Tottenham fans are making, we lose games by one goal, right? Okay, so by that logic, right, the games against Frankfurt and Bodo Glimt, even though we were always going to beat Bodo Glimt, and I've said it on my channel, right? I said we're going to win this competition after Frankfurt as well, by the way. So I'm a happy clapper, right? By that notion, yeah, right? By those performances, right? If he could do that, no, it wasn't him; it was the players. But if they can do, if it was him by theory, right? If he did that against all those games that we lost by 1 goal, we wouldn't have 20 defeats, isn't it? You know what I mean? We would have drew some games and actually won some games as well because we would have been defending better. You see what I'm saying? So all these Tottenham fans that keep on making excuses about the injuries, right? We only lose by 1 goal. Oh, but this eradicates the whole thing about the what is it? The Europa League eradicates the whole thing, yeah, right? Even though we had the easy run, yeah, and I had even one Tottenham fan say Man United got lucky, right, against Atletico Bilbao, and no disrespect, they had a harder run to the final than Tottenham Hotspur, right? No disrespect, Real Sociedad, Lyon, and bloody Atletico Bilbao. Right, and the Tottenham fans have got to cheat to have a guy at Man United fans to say, "Oh, we've got lucky because they had the red card," right? When I'm telling you right now, I'm sorry, but we're struggling against bloody Real Sociedad, bloody Lyon, and bloody Atletico Bilbao, right? I'm sorry, I'm not having that
Who
rubbish.
did you guys play before?
Frankfurt before
AZ.
Dortmund and
A
AZ.
said Outmar.
AZ Outmar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And all the teams that we played proper, right? We drew against Roma, right, in the group stage. Rangers of all people, right?
The final, to be fair though, we're gone.
Yeah, and Galatasaray, yeah, that we claimed that we had to play our bloody second team as well, yeah. Right, so I'm sorry, it's just some of the nonsense I have to hear from Tottenham fans, and the problem I have with Tottenham fans, because it ain't the Tottenham team anymore, it's the fan base. It's the fan base, yeah, right? Because some channels, yeah, you go on there, right? All you need to do is say little nice things to people, yeah. Yeah. I'm so happy. Yeah, we love you. We love you because you're positive. It's just vibes. It's just vibes FC, man. You know what I mean? But like, listen, well, I'll be happy when we win the competition, yeah. But he's gone at the end of the season because Paratigi's coming back, and Paratici ain't having him. He ain't having him. Yeah, that's all I've got to say on the situation. Back to you, mate. I'm done. If you don't know, get to know. I've had enough of this crap.
So, does anyone think that losing Kulu from the rival fans, do you think that makes a difference in this tie? Because he is one of our creative midfielders, or he is a midfielder that is more attacking.
Who's going to replace him?
We've lost Madison already, and Bergvall has been out for injury as well. So those are three most progressive players in the midfield. Does anyone think that changes the dynamic of the tie?
Who's going to play who's going to replace Kulu and Bergwijn and all those guys? Who do you guys think is going to play?
So I think it can either go 2 ways. Or 3 ways, to be fair. We can keep the 4-3-3, and if it is 4-3-3,
you need the 4-3-3.
If it is still 4-3-3,
it's
then
kryptonite to the 3-4-3 that Man United do.
It's going to be Bentancur, Basuma, and then I think it's going to be Sarr. Those are going to be our 3 midfielders. Yeah. So if those are the guys,
we know that doesn't work.
Huh? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Does that change the tie in anyone's opinion?
I think you'll be more transitional. I think you'll be a lot more direct, which could hurt Man United as well in that sense. I don't know if you like playing that. I don't know if you're more. Are you guys more? You guys are more possession based, right? But I think if you got, not
in Europa.
It might help your cause because Man United, that 3-4-3, I don't really like it. They haven't got the best athletes either, and I think it's a final, and I think they'll go for you. I'll be shocked if Man United go into a low block. That'll be insane. So
I reckon both teams go low block. Both teams just need it so bad. I think United's going to start with a flat back 5.
Yeah. That'll be mad if you do that.
Especially as we've leaked so many goals against Spurs already. Like, it's just going to be one of those, don't concede an early goal.
So you don't think the tie has changed at all now that Kulusevski's injured? Do you think you guys still play the same way? You don't go for it a little bit more? Gives you more the, gumption to kind of
Doesn't going for it more just bring other players into the game? Like Kulusevski's better when, like, if he's the one, or Maddison would be the one that would unlock a deep defense. So
Yeah.
if then Man United come out and be more expansive, it allows the runners to get in behind, and they're
Yeah, of
Tottenham
course.
are
That's what I'm
always
hoping.
going to have legs on Man United in this game. So they kind of need to sit a bit deeper, I think.
What's Ash? This is the last time we'll all be together before the final, right?
Yeah. It is.
Big up Jay. Big up Jay.
In that instance, we should probably light the touch page. I'm so disappointed Ian's not here. Yoms, you're gonna have to hold it instead. Pause. So I heard Mr. Box Office say like he's tired of all the crap. I'm like, bro, we've only just started. Pull up the chair. What do you mean? All right, listen, yeah, listen. Okay, we're overcoming obstacles. Do you know what I mean? God saw that we beaten Man United 3 times this season, and He said, "You know what? Yeah, let's just sprinkle a little bit of jeopardy in there for them. You know what I mean? Let's just give it a little bit of threat. Let's give it a little bit of that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, am I worried? Kind of, but not. Like Spurs, yeah, we play finals. We played against Liverpool in 2019, top side, better than us. Played against City in the League Cup final, top side, better than us. Played against Chelsea early on in Poch's reign, yeah, top side, better than us. First time we're playing a final against a team that's not better than us, yeah. So when people talk about us dropping stuff and this and that, yeah, we found solutions this run. Yeah. Watch United versus Leon. Yeah. We ain't played like that, like in the last 4 or 5 games in the Europa League. United, if they come to play against us, they'll give us chances. Yeah. We still have options. We can play Sarr in the 10. All right. Okay. Listen, that's not ideal, but by the same token, United are playing 3-4-3. So once you've got 2 midfielders in there, you're matched up with them. So it depends on what Sarr can do. And if you play Sarr and you say to Sarr, listen, sometimes you cover Porro and you let Porro become the playmaker because you're lacking that, maybe it works. But we can't be worried about Man United.
Have you ever agreed with someone but just hate how they say it?
Um,
You know what I'm saying? Like
all the time.
because the thing is, you said this is the first time you're playing a team that's not better than you, right? But that's not. But Jay, like respectfully, that's not what finals are about.
Yeah.
Like finals are about beating teams that are better than you. You see it? Like that's what finals are about. Finals are not always about you go into the final and you're the better team, so you're gonna
Some
win.
of us know about these more than others. Just
Yeah.
A lot of the time, I'll go to pretty much every final that United have won. We've played teams that are better than us. Man City was better than us in the final. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm just talking about the big finals here. Bayern Munich were better than us. Arguably, Chelsea that year, bar Ronaldo, were better than us.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily that because you're the better team, you're going to win the final.
Au contraire. But when you play the team that wasn't better than you, Villarreal, you lost. And one can make the argument with us losing Kulusevski, Madison, and Sarr, all of a sudden we are no longer.
Oh, so now it's suit your argument.
Who the
This guy
reverse?
is the master of mirrors, bro.
Man, what's it called? The other hands, Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Man, pick that universe, like, shh. Mad. Yeah, no, it's an interesting point. Like historically, like the tie favors, I'd say Manchester United because they are the ones that, like Jay was saying and Jones was saying earlier, they're the ones that have got the job done when it comes to finals, and we haven't quite got over that hill yet. But you know, we're here to change that. In my opinion, we're here to make a difference.
I don't know. I don't know how we can say that, and I don't want to be on this show as a negative Spurs fan. I do hope we can win. I do think we will win, but I don't think it's that matter of fact. You talked about Kulusevski, but my concern was there whether Kulusevski, Madders, or whoever was going to be playing in the team. We lack rhythm, we lack fluidity, we're not scoring goals. And I think for me, the big thing is that, I've got my bugbear with Europe. Anyone that listens to me long enough, you've heard me say I think Europe is dusty. yes, we've been pragmatic, but this is 2 Premier League sides. The only positive thing that we can take from this is, as we've been losing, United have been losing. But these 2 teams that have been getting panned week in, week out, time after time, like Cindy Lauper, are about to go at loggerheads.
Good reference.
Loggerheads for the
Time after
biggest
time.
European game that Spurs has ever played. And let me tell you why this is extra nervous. Normally, when Tottenham is under pressure, we do not turn up. That's the truth.
Uh-oh.
Now, hear me out now. Hear me out.
This is crazy.
This is crazy, bro.
Hear me out.
This is
I'm not saying we're
crazy.
going to lose, but hear me out.
Crazy. Edgy's nervous, you know.
Stitch is nervous, bro.
Bro,
Ed-
he's at 50%.
This is where the inner Spurs pops out of him. 'Cause this is crazy. Oh, he bet me 50 quid that they'll finish above us. Now look.
Let it lamb.
Get the can opener. Get the can opener for that bowl. Get the can opener for that
Sorry.
bowl.
You got to look at. You got to look at.
Let it lamb.
A lot of people are looking at the final and saying, I actually think this year's Europa League is bigger than the Champions League, and I think it's the biggest cup that Tottenham final we've ever played. But let me explain.
Thanks.
Normally, when we've been in a final, it's not really had. It doesn't have any reflection on our league form. So, for example, we might be 8th, 7th. If you win, great, and if you lose, our pride is dented. We're upset for a few days. And we have a final that if we win, we breathe a sigh of relief. We also get 2 for the price of 1, Champions League and a cup. If Tottenham does not win that final, this is officially the worst season I had to witness in my life. And the question I'll be asking is, so why didn't we just get rid of Man in October?
That was great. That is the maddest point.
But that is the truth.
And the accused.
Why did you
just accuse box office of taking
What
What was he even talking about?
I think the point changed like 4 times mid-chat.
Are you trying to say Spurs need it more than
I
United?
couldn't decide which turn on the roundabout he
He
wanted to
took
take.
4 lefts, Mitch.
You know what?
He took 4 lefts.
He realized he was bottling it, and he said, "Nah, I can't do the bottling thing."
You know what it was? He started it with this is bigger than the Champions League final. And he thought, fuck. Fuck.
You know when you're in that completely unknown space and your sat nav goes crazy and you have to go around the roundabout a couple of times so it resets. What have you just done? I didn't know which turn it to take.
He's got bad network. He's got bad network at the roundabout.
Yo, Deji, I think it's destiny. Like I think it's destiny for us to win this.
Ooh, you doggy.
Yeah.
You know what's
Great.
crazy?
Oh, yo, everyone had their 8 hours sleep last night. Yeah, is that right? Everyone had their 8 hours.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though is that after all that's been done and said between box office and Deji, it's Deji who's bottling the final, but it's box office is saying that we're going to.
It's mad. It's a parallel universe. They have to win it.
Deji came on and have to win it.
Like this final, Deji's right, bro. Like this final is like it's literally all.
No, but Deji said you man are winning a treble this year.
Facts.
Yeah, but you're the one who's gonna end. You're gonna go down in history, ending Spurs' trophy drought. That will always be in history. You know,
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
Attacking man with the narrative this early is crazy.
Crazy.
like,
And they're still going to sack him.
What I'm gonna say is every little moment, has led up to this. Like us bottling. I'm being serious. Us bottling, no, listen, us bottling fucking City game last season. The fact that last season, five spots didn't get you into the Champions League. Yeah, so should have done. Like every
Jay's basically saying that Postecoglou's Thanos and that and all the post credit scenes have been leading up to this.
Bro, I'm saying it's but I'm just saying I think it's definitely to win this trophy. Like I just think all the things that have led up to this point. Yeah.
To be honest, I think. All right, let's get real. I think Spurs need it.
I was gonna say, yeah, this is wild, right? Because both of you are in a final. And listen to the aura, the energy, like.
Yeah, but
Well,
preach.
look where we are in
We're in
the
a
league,
final.
bro.
We're
Look
in
what
a
I'm saying.
final.
We're in the
We're
league.
shit.
We've got 5 people in the
Let
final
me
here and zero chess.
Let him finish it. Go on, free.
Jay says he's gonna win it because of the amount of pain and hurt and loss.
Crazy.
Desi don't think you're gonna win it. Yoms don't think you're in a final. And
No,
that
but
just tells
preach.
me,
When
you know
when
what?
have you ever seen such a shit team in the final? Let
So
alone
what that
two.
tells me is, it tells me how important the Premiership is. Because because you're in a finals and depressed.
Yeah, but when you're in the final, preach. When you're in a final, you're normally really high up the table to even get to a final. Because to
That's
get
what
to
I'm
a
saying.
final, you're
I'm
normally
just saying
good.
that just says how important the league position is, bruv. Because you're in a final and
Yeah,
depressed.
for sure.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That I hear Jay, like Jay thinks he's smart, yeah, because you're talking about you can win, but it's because of the pain. We was in a final and we
It's
lost.
destiny,
It's not
bro.
because of the
I
good
was-
work.
It's fate.
It's not because of the good work that you've put in this season, bro.
It's that too.
In that tournament.
It's that
You're not
That
talking
too.
about that.
I assumed that was I assumed you guys already knew. It's the obvious.
Yeah,
obvious.
safety net. So here, I hear it's wild.
I was wondering
man.
if the,
Consider. Sorry, go on.
no, I was only going to say if the Tottenham fans want any advice about finals and stuff like that from us, but it's okay. It's all right.
Do you want any notes?
Bro, hey, bro, didn't you lose to United in the final?
We
Why
did.
the hell would we want
We
to
did.
talk about this game?
Because we beat the current Premier League champions, Liverpool.
I understand, but
we
when it
got
comes
we
to
got
beating,
a little bit better. So
when it comes to
I'm just
beating
saying.
United
I
in
wouldn't
the
mind
finals,
some advice from
we'll try ourselves, yeah.
How many
I
times did
wouldn't
we beat you
mind.
this season?
Oh,
we might give you Man United some advice on how to do that, but it's okay. It's all right. It's good.
Can someone check in on Jay if they don't win next week, by the way? It sounds like
Yeah,
it's
he's
going to
wrote a
be
lot of checks.
pain in that house.
He's wrote a lot of checks, Mitch.
Listen, if we lose, we lose. But the thing
Nah.
you can't
Don't
go
say
in.
that.
Don't come with that
That's
now.
not true. That's
Don't
not
come
true.
with that
That's
now.
not true. That's not true.
We
That's
all
not true.
we
That was
all know.
atheist last week.
You don't know what it is. I'm
Jay,
not.
you
even-
took it to
No,
religion,
no,
man.
no, you know what it is. I'm not. No,
Man
I'm
came
not
in and said, God said.
No,
Yeah.
what you need to understand is I'm not even contemplating a defeat because to lose this game, I obviously can't contemplate that. Like that would be the worst.
Why would you put so much pressure on yourself?
Because that is the level of pressure that exists on this game. Let us be.
you
But
say-
you know you have
Spurs
absolutely
leading
no
more than
control
United.
over what can
Oh,
happen.
okay, I'm feeling like we're gonna win the game. I don't know we're gonna. It's a 50-50 game. I just
Would you say
You
Spurs
just
leading more
contradicted
than
yourself.
United?
It's a
I'm not, bro. Listen,
50-50, is it?
hold on.
Someone wins and someone loses.
Hold on. Listen, I have never in my life of being a Tottenham fan. Every single week I do a prediction show. I will never predict Tottenham to
You
lose.
predict 50-50?
Yeah, I think with the injuries, it might even be like.
Jay, you can't say God said. You can't say God said. You can't say God said and then turn around and say.
Right, hold on.
The pastor can't-
Hey,
pastor
Josh. Hey,
can't
these-
say- the pastor can't say
Hey,
heaven
these
can't
Spurs- These Spurs men are talking in oxymorons this week.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear my pastor. I don't want to hear my pastor telling me heaven might not be there. Like
that is so well, man.
These men have turned into TDE. You men are TDE. I'm so schoolboy Q.
Okay. All right. Anytime you're ready, boys.
I just can't believe it's Mr. Box Office. He's showing the most cojones out of all.
He's not even cussing this stream. He's
Right.
been on mute half the stream.
Okay. Like so, just to finish my point, right? I believe we're winning
Go
the
left
game.
again.
Right? I believe we're winning the game. I know the game is a 50-50 game. Yeah, I don't understand why the two things can't coexist. Like
Because you started off like it's destiny.
yeah, but I do think for me saying it's destiny based on random events that have happened in the past.
No,
But that's my point. As in, if I say it's destiny because of that, Preach was calling me like storyteller a second ago. Yeah, and now you guys are holding me to that to like a high standard. I'm saying I believe it's destiny. All these little bits that have built up to this moment, I think we're gonna take it. Yeah, I am very like
Are you
United.
proposing?
United
Someone's
are
proposing that. Someone's
I-
Bro,
well,
listen, like,
so is that enough for us to accept? You think, Jay? Like looking at
bro,
this objectively.
listen, I know I'm getting cooked if Spurs lose this game. Like it doesn't matter whether I'm confident about this, whether I'm not confident about this. Like
This is crazy.
you know, I'm getting cooked because we're gonna finish 16th,
You
17th.
can't answer a question straight now. Are you confident, Jay? Are you confident about the game?
Yeah, he
But,
is.
okay, but I'm obviously.
Yeah, should answer. He's never done that before in his life.
I'm not confident, but I believe we're gonna win the game.
Oh, you said you've got God.
I don't
You've got
understand.
God. You've got God. Destiny.
I borrowed money from you, yeah, Jay. Listen, I'm not confident I'm going to pay you back on Friday, but I believe.
Bro, listen. I don't know why this is so. I don't know why this is so funny. Like, as in, like
It's because you've given. Jay, it's funny because you've given all eventualities.
You've given 9 answers to a 50-50 question.
Asked me, and we're gonna win the game. I said, I think we're gonna win the game. Like, I don't understand. Like, I said multiple times, I think we're gonna win the game. I don't understand.
No, Jay's still going round the roundabout.
You guys are looking into things that aren't there. Yeah, I said we're gonna win the game. Yeah, I don't know what more.
We're going to win, but it's destiny at the same time.
I don't understand how those things are contradictory. Like,
No. Here's what I think is going to happen.
Say that in a job interview.
Here's what I
You
think.
say that in a job
They're really
interview.
cute, bro. They're really cute. I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna win the trophy next week.
No, on the real, yeah. God, destiny, maybe, might be.
I don't see the issue, man. I don't see the issue.
We know.
That's fine.
Where is it good? That says courage is when you don't show up, is that you're afraid.
Would you say courage when you don't show up is that you're...
All I'm saying is get those laughs out now, man. Don't worry, man.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. I'm not worried.
I'm not scared of the dark. I'm not scared of the dark. I'm not scared.
That's what the line on.
Is it not okay to have a range of emotions? Box office is confident. Deji's worried. I think we're gonna win. You've got a nice range of emotions, yeah. All you guys
Mr. Box Office is a G. Out of all of you, lot, Mr. Box Office is a G.
Why?
Mr. Boss, he's been chatting shit all year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
And he said, "Yeah, we're gonna win it though. We're gonna win it though."
He's like, we're definitely winning. I'm like, oh, he's a G. What are you talking about? How does that make sense?
Because he's not given. He didn't give us this long story. This would be 30
Bro,
minutes.
it's a fucking show.
Dude,
What
it's been 30 minutes.
Yeah, on to the next one. What are we doing there?
Ash, please tell us. Are you confident? Are you
He's
confident?
right? He
Go on.
believes ultimately that his club are going to get over the line this time, and we're going to lift the trophy. Simple.
What about you, Ash? Do you think Tottenham are gonna get it over
I
the
said
line?
it. I said we're going to win. I said
I said it, man. Leave me alone, man. I said it.
Man started scratching as well. As I said it, man. We're gonna win.
I'm the host, man. He's going to pick up on anything. If you see that, your head, he's going to
Ask me. I believe you are gonna win.
You guys are gonna win, man. Tottenham are gonna win, man.
Yeah, they're gonna win.
We're gonna win, man.
Yeah, no, these are not to bite, man. It's all right. I know.
Yeah, because Tottenham are going to win because for me, the Frankfurt game woke me up. It woke me up big time, yeah, because he knew what time it was. Like he had everything on that game, and he did. It wasn't. It was the players. It was the players. It was definitely the players anyway, right? And the coaching stuff. It wasn't him because he would have been consistent. Because there's no
Say his
consistency
name.
in the league.
Say the name. Say the name.
No. But big pre.
Say the name. Pause.
no,
Say
no,
his name. Pause.
sorry, big preach, sorry,
Show
but
some respect.
just
Show
because
some respect.
you're so in love with this manager, right?
Who are
If
you
you would
talking about?
know
Man? What manager?
Postecoglou, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Nah,
you
fam.
love this manager so much. Yeah,
Nah,
you
fam.
hold that. Yeah, stick with your manager. That's actually a winner. Yeah, but my
Yeah,
point is though, yeah, right with Ange though,
yeah.
he knows what he's doing now. He knows if he doesn't win this competition, his reputation's down the pot because he wins in his second season. So this means a lot to him. And what he'll do is he'll win the competition, right? And I bet what he does, because he'll do a back three. I think he'll do a back three, right? Because of the injuries and everything else, right? He wins the competition and he says, bye bye. I proved it to you right now. I win my second season. Fuck you. I'm out the door. And I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Because my reputation's still intact. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's what he'll do. Because
You think he'll win and quit?
I think that's what he'll do.
And then you guys get Glasner in, and that'll be good. That'll be
Well,
a good
yeah,
manager.
I think that's exactly what he'll do.
Glasner.
Or he's going to get sacked because, like I said, Pratigy's going to sack him. You know what I mean? Because I think he's been told that he's going to be sacked anyway. Because he's been weird the last how many months anyway, and he's been trolling us since Frankfurt. So and he's been unbearable the last couple of weeks as well, with some statements and most statements and stuff like that.
Now you know what it feels like, Mr. Box Office.
Hey, Z, don't tell them, man. Z, don't tell them, bro.
But you know, I don't want to make a Tottenham show. You know what I mean? Because I'd see Chinks there looking bored. You know what I mean? And you know, we got Mike
He
Mitch
looks
here as
bored
well. You know what I
anyway.
mean?
I'm listening, man. I'm
And
listening.
Toon Tactics. You know what I mean? All
No,
Newcastle
right
fans.
now,
You know what I
it's
mean? You know what I mean?
the final. It's the biggest talking point at the moment.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't want to make it
It's
all
versus
about
Man
us. You
United.
know what I mean?
You're obviously
No.
here. I just wanted to talk on it. So
Yeah.
Bro,
to make sure-
people acting like this ain't big money, big high headliner. Like this is a headliner final, whether people like it
100
or
million,
not.
100 million on the line. But would you say it means more? It means more for Spurs than United.
100%.
100%.
100%.
Trophy wise, yes. As a club going forward, no.
See, I think if United finish like 16th without a trophy, like I just think that's like
That
Spurs. It's not like irreversible, but that's like a stain on your club and character.
do you think they still sign players like Cunha?
Yeah. United will.
Yeah.
United.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think if Spurs lose, who can Spurs sign? Do you know what I mean?
I don't think there's a
You get
huge.
told.
Calvert-Lewin.
If Paratici comes back, we'll just start doing really like clever like mid-market Serie A deals again. So I'm not worried about. I don't think there's a huge material difference between the players Spurs will get.
You're on license though. How long is
But
his license?
I'm looking at like what the club needs, the growth of the club. Like if a new manager comes in, he's got Champions League, he's got a budget, fans are feeling a little bit optimistic going into the future. I'm like, we need it. Like United, they're fine. They'll just fire a couple dinner ladies. Like we need this. You know
I
what mean?
genuinely don't think they are though. I think without winning this game, it puts Man United back even further than they are now. Whereas winning it gives them a step up to getting back to where they need to be. And I don't think it makes that much difference either way, whether Tottenham win it or not, to be honest.
I beg your pardon.
I think it's like trophy-wise, yes, it's massive for you guys to get a trophy, but for your progression as a club and as a team, I don't think it makes
agree.
a massive difference to who you're going to buy and where you're going to go as a club.
Bro,
Whereas for Man United, this is
agree.
literally a sliding doors
I'm
moment.
sorry. I'm sorry. I think you're underestimating what being a European champion would mean to this football club. Like to be, because the Europa League, I actually believe moving forward, the Premier League's probably going to dominate the Europa League because the team that we've got, like that's coming in, finishing fifth, sixth, whatever, is going to be like really strong every single year. So we're going to be the first ones to win it before the shine goes off it, right? So what I'm saying,
That's the last ones then.
well, we're the first of the last. It's not the end of the beginning, but it's the beginning of the end. Yeah.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
I do think we've had an easy run down in other than Frankfurt.
Yeah,
right?
but the question is, who does it mean more to? That's the question.
Well, I think it definitely means more to. You know what? It means more to Tottenham because it's a trophy and it's a European trophy, right?
But remember what Levy said. He said literally, we have to sell because we have no cash. Do you know what I mean? To buy. But if we get Champions League,
Is that he said that?
yeah,
He didn't.
But is that not him just
Oh, you
doing the
just-
hammering thing, or
Ashton
just
Barrett's
like?
crazy. Like,
I do think
am I
it,
wrong?
That's a club tactic now, though. That's
Yeah, man. You just got the biggest stadium. I see. Like your match revenue is crazy. Like, what's happening there?
We'll spend that long as well.
We'll spend 80 to 100 net, like we calmly,
No, but
whether
he said-
we
he said-
win or not.
Asset
You've been having
wise,
bare concerts. You lot have been having bare concerts and that there, no?
Yeah.
he said asset wise, yeah, we got Moolah.
Cash.
Actual cash, we ain't got that. So we have to. It's a one in, one out kind of policy, you know.
It's mad. We
And
got the
we're
cash.
the only
from
club
the
to say
assets.
it. Yeah, we're not the only club to say it. There's a few other clubs. I think Liverpool are saying they might have to sell a few players before they get.
I
paid.
think that's what players. I think that's what
you
clubs
are
say
big
now to
user.
kind of.
No, we're not this season. We're not saying that this season.
Yeah, I don't think you can say. I don't think you can say that this season.
We
Though.
got about
No,
two.
but
We got
previously you have said that.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, yeah,
not
previously,
I'm saying a wild
yeah.
statement here.
But I think clubs are saying that now to avoid the price hikes.
But the point I'm making is, if you finish 17th, you will lose amount of revenue because every position
Oh yeah,
you'll get
yeah.
like 0.5 million. So
It's 100 million.
all the way.
It's £100 million match.
Yes,
I like.
Don't say it like that. Like we're in the fucking championship.
No, I like.
I mean, it literally is.
But Jay, he's making a good point though, bro. He's
Nah,
making a
bro,
good
nah.
point.
Bum
No,
the framing, bum the
Jay, he's
framing.
making a good point though, because the thing is though, the league position, we are missing a lot. I mean, if we do not win this competition, it does cost us a lot, right? And
definitely.
players are going to leave anyway.
Yeah,
Some
well.
players that I don't really care if he leaves, like Romero, for instance, I don't care if he leaves. To be honest with you, Pulu, I couldn't care if he leaves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, but it does affect us massively because each place in the Premier League, you get enough, you get a sum of money, don't you?
I think it's
You
like
know what I mean? So it does
four
cost
million
us.
or so.
It does cost.
moving forward though, I want to ask Deji, do you think what Arsene Wenger said last week, that the Europa, that they should stay in Europa, or do you think Europa should gain access to Champions League?
No, I always thought back in the day that when the Europa was the Europa, it was a naff competition. Let's just be honest. Like, it was rubbish. It was no better than the FA Cup. I think there needs to be a incentive for winning the Europa League, and I think it was the right decision for them to say, look, if you win the Europa League, you get into a champs. Makes sense, especially if you're going to do the Super Cup. So yeah, I disagree with that. Just like I disagreed with the fact that people have said that the competition's been weakened. Yes, it has, but why should the teams in the Champions League get a second chance at a trophy? No one else gets a second chance in any other cup competition. So for me, it's like, we keep it as is. If he wants to talk about standards, then the Champions League should not be extended to 5 teams. Champions League means champions. If you're not a champion, don't be in it. That's my traditional view. All
But
this
that should be like the champions of cups, or just champions of the league?
champions of your league. Champions League is Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga. Winners of their league go at it. When you start including 4th and 5th in the bloody league, that's when you've diluted the whole thing. So Arsene Wenger can hold that and keep his mouth shut. For us that are in the Europa League, we need an incentive. That is the right incentive. If not, it's a bit like the Europa Conference League. It's just rubbish.
So if Palace win the FA Cup, for example, and they make Europa, and they manage to win Europa, they should get Champions League as well. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's the rules, isn't it? No, isn't it?
why not?
Because they're actually
Well,
a
I disagree.
champion. It's like, I don't disagree with that at all. I actually think the Champions Leagues in England should be dished out in a different way. Like,
How
there should
so?
be cup winners go into the
Oh,
Champions League
yeah,
because they're
oh,
actually
yeah.
champions of something. And then even if they created like a little
Which are
playoff at the
shameless.
end of the season, if they want to give out the extra spot between teams.
That is shameless. That one is shameless. I think
he's making a good point though. To be honest,
Because they're actually champions going into the Champions League. All of this
Yeah,
dropping down to 5th place in the league.
But everything dilutes. So the World Cup, when the World Cup started, how many teams were in the World Cup?
5.
Yeah, it dilutes because the number of quality sides that you probably had for the initial definition always expands.
Yeah, but it's
They
not
want
called
it
the
to be
best
more like
countries in the World Cup. It's just called
But
the World
nah, but
Cup,
this-
so anybody can be in it.
Yeah, but what they've done for this competition this year, this has been an amazing Champions League. This has been one of the best Champions League I can.
No, it hasn't.
What?
No, it hasn't.
What?
Nah, it's been dope. It's been
I think it's
been
been
dope,
a
Mr.
brilliant Champions
It's
League,
been
yeah.
brilliant, Mr. Box Office. Man.
What the hell has been so good?
Can I just say this though? I actually agree with Deji. Deji, do not get used to it though, bruv. This is the best moment of your bloody life. Yeah, I actually think he's talking absolute sense, to be honest with you, because I actually think you should have Champions League, champions in the Champions League. I think it makes absolute sense. I think it's.
Yeah, but then it'll be over in 2 weeks, isn't it? That's the thing, is they want as many games in the Champions League as possible.
No, but then it shouldn't be called Champions League.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be
call it-
called.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah,
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
That's what they wanted to call it. Like,
Why though?
Arsene Wenger
Right.
can't pick and choose, innit? Like he's being a little bit disingenuous with that, because I doubt if it was his club in that position, he'll be saying, "Oh no, we should just."
yeah, and when,
But
when
don't that
when
subscribe to you lot's model though. You lot always say the only thing that matters is trophies. So you're way more likely to win the Europa second time round than you are to win the champ.
Yeah, but the thing is that I like winning this trophy because like it's the biggest trophy that North London's seen in 20 years. You know, that's what it means.
Is
to
that a
me.
fact?
That I think that's a fact. Do you think it's a fact?
It is a fact.
Why did you say 20 years?
Because that's when you won the Premier League, which is bigger than the Europa League. Pardon?
Yeah, that's over 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, why did you say 20 years? That was peculiar.
You say North London though?
because,
Yeah, North
because
London. They said North London.
North
Well,
London.
you including Arsenal as well.
I included Arsenal too.
Basically, that's why I said North London.
So the Europa's bigger than the Premier League?
No, the Europa's bigger than the
It's
FA
not
Cup.
bigger than the Premier League. That's why I excluded the Premier League from my radius.
Yeah, but why is only magically the last 20 years relevant?
That was the last time we won the
Because
Premier
it's the
Last
biggest
time we
year.
won the Premier
It's
League.
a round number. It's the biggest.
We won it in 04.
Oh, 21.
What?
Yeah, that's 20
Yeah.
years ago.
21,
Yes, you get what I mean? Why is that only that period? Do you don't understand me?
That's why.
Just
Yeah,
say
because
because North London
it makes
has
sense.
seen-
No,
North
because
London
21 years ago, a bigger cup
20
was won, isn't it? So he can't say 25 years.
But that's like Conor Ben losing 9 rounds and then coming out in the report after the match and going, I won the last 3. So, like, do you get what I mean?
Or
He's
is it
doing a number on
the
you, bruv. He's
trophy
doing
that
a
North
number on
London's
you
seen
again.
for 20 years? Is it a statement of fact, really? Like,
No, I never said. I just remember I said peculiar. That time period was a bit peculiar.
Jinx, he's doing a number on you, bruv. He's doing a number on you.
If I said it's the biggest trophy for 17 years, that would have sounded weird. But 20 is a nice round number. Like,
No, you're not. You're not. I know what you're doing, Jay. I know what you're
I
doing,
haven't done
Jay.
a damn thing.
He doesn't understand what you're doing. It's funny. It's funny, bro. It's funny.
Listen.
Yeah, you included Arsenal without needing to include Arsenal, really.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what he's trying to do to Jinx. I know
listen,
exactly what he's trying to do. Jinx doesn't
Lads,
know what
I
he's doing.
don't understand what it's like. Listen,
Because I know Jay. I know
is-
what he's trying to
it
do.
is the biggest trophy that North London has seen for 20 years. Yeah, that's the point I'm making. Yeah, I think it's important to North London that Tottenham bring this trophy back. Because
See
Lord
how you're
knows,
doing this. I love how
Lord
you're doing
knows,
this.
when
I love
Lord
how you're
knows.
doing this.
He's behind us.
I love how you're doing this, Jay.
I'm not
Love
saying
how you're doing
anything
this,
that's
Jay.
not true.
So you think it's important to Arsenal? You think it's important to Arsenal? You guys do it.
I think
When you're saying it, North London.
It's
I
important
think-
to Arsenal that Tottenham win the Europa League.
I think a trophy
North London.
parade.
The way you're
No,
saying
hold on,
it,
hold
I
on,
know how
no,
you do. I know exactly what you're
No,
doing.
hold on, because a trophy parade will have a positive multiplier effect on the local businesses
In
around
North
North London. So I genuinely believe that Tottenham winning the Europa League will benefit businesses in North London.
You're timing out, bro. You're timing out. You're timing out.
Important.
Stuck on that roundabout again.
You're
Yeah, I
not
just think
round
it's
around.
important.
It's not important. It's not important for Arsenal for you, man, to win it, bro.
I didn't, bro. I didn't say Arsenal. Why are you bringing up Arsenal? I said North
Because
London.
let's face it. In North London, it's Spurs and Arsenal, win it.
There's
So
only
what
one
are you
team.
talking about?
It's not Woolston Junction Rovers, is it? Like,
Yeah, like-
Well, listen, I do not like. You guys are just upset. You get upset about everything, yeah. All I'm gonna say, right, is that obviously, hopefully, we bring this trophy back, right?
it's a 50-50, isn't it? It's still a 50-50, though. That's the
You're
other
not
thing.
getting Chinks' attention. You're not getting Chinks'
I
attention.
don't need Chinks'
No, it's
attention.
exactly
listening.
what
I
you're
have
trying to do.
the wonderful
I'm listening.
commenters. I have
No,
seven. I have six other people.
you're not biting at all.
I
Premium.
don't mind. I
know
don't
exactly what
mind
he's trying to
James.
do.
It's
He's
fine.
trying to
It's
rattle you.
fine.
He's trying to rattle you.
I'm fine. He can do what he's
I
doing.
think you're
I'm so
muted,
fine.
bro.
He's actually speaking facts. It would be good for the economy in North London if they win. I don't argue against facts. That'd be silly. I just thought the time period was peculiar. That's all my point was.
Wait.
I apologize for bringing it up. Sorry.
Paul,
I'm joking.
my
I'm
leg
joking.
here. Are you man are telling me that you're worried about winning the Europa League because it's gonna help Phil's fish and chip shop? Like, what are we doing there? Like, what's going on?
It's a byproduct. It's a positive multiplier effect.
This
You know
is
what I
crazy.
mean? Like,
Wow.
a positive
Crazy.
ripple.
Wow.
Like I just think you guys are just upset and you're worried that maybe Spurs aren't going to be so Spursy anymore. You know, like maybe we're going to break the duck.
No, welcome it.
I said earlier, I asked Dead, Dead's not here, but I said it that I actually want you guys to win.
I actually think all of the non-Tottenham fans, apart from Yom, said we wanted Tottenham to win. I think all of them.
Yeah. It's no skin off my nose.
Lights for.
Sorry, Yoms, but I just thought I'd point that out.
But I do attribute to Mitch's point from where this stemmed from. I think for you guys, because you're rather selfish and you only care about you and your football YouTube and having to speak to people, it will be good for you and transformative to you in the way you come to these streams and speak to other people, because you can go, but I won a trophy last year. But as for where your team actually is and where you need to be challenging for major honours on a regular basis, this cup doesn't transform any of that, in my personal opinion.
I understand, but that's not going to change the fact that we will be playing in the European Super Cup if we win. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Not only can we win one European trophy, we can win two European trophies. So when you say it doesn't change it, I'm sorry. Like in my life, I've never seen us win.
You'll be playing someone better than you.
Yeah,
Like,
but that
it's not about like streams. I'll talk spicy with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, so
You didn't even hear it.
I didn't hear it.
I'm still driving.
that was
bro,
kind of
on
the point.
roundabout.
Like, it's great for the club and it's great for the fans and it's fantastic and all of that. But is it gonna flip Levy's mindset for him to then say, right, let's go and buy loads of great players so we can progress as a club? That was my point.
It's a game of chance, though, isn't it? Because you give yourself a better chance of improving long term if you win it. So, like,
You make a very good point.
But is Levy going to go for that? I
100
don't think Levy's going to go for that. Whereas if
100
Man
million's a
United
lot
win
of money.
it, I feel Man United will attempt to get back to where they were as a club.
No, but
and it gives them more leeway to do that. So that's why I feel it's more transformative as a team for Man United.
But that's the thing, is the clubs are in two different positions. Like, because United have to spend anyway. So this just helps us on along our spending. United, we don't have a choice. We've got 5-6 players going out of contract. We've got to reinvest, and this is why it's so crucial for us that we get the money to reinvest, because we know players are going. Whereas I think Spurs, they're more focused. For United, this is purely financial. Really and truly, every United fan knows, in the context of United, no shade to Spurs, this isn't a cup you really even want to be in. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you don't really want to be here. Like, you want to be challenging where your name suggests you should be. Do you get what I'm saying? So for United, this is purely the financials. Whereas for Spurs,
but just to be devil's advocate a little. Go on, Jay. Go on. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, bro, like, with all due respect, like, I know we don't win stuff and stuff, but little old Spurs are playing in their second European final in 6 years. I mean, who would have thought it? Considering we're so crap, this is on that level. I guess we're kind of overachieving.
No, but this is what I'm saying, Jay, though, because I think, and obviously I don't win trophies as much as Liverpool and City and stuff like this, but I think we undermine the work of the club, and we just want to always attribute it to trophies. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, look at Brighton. Brighton are putting together amazing squads back to back to back to back. Like, do you get what I'm saying? And then you only want to attribute like the success and the furtherment of the club to the trophies. No, like, great recruitment will bring you way further than any trophy, and you don't have to spend more money to get quality players, as Brighton have proven.
One other
thing, what I mean?
No, but CB, great point. But I'm saying the thing underlying that is the way that people look at the Brightons and Brentford is not the lens they look at their own clubs. I'll give you an example. You look at Tony Bloom, yeah, invested loads of money this summer. You know, he actually finally invested some of the Caicedo money, things like that. They finished sixth a couple of seasons ago. I can't remember where they finished last season, about 10th or something. Yeah, maybe finished eighth or whatever this season, ninth. Yeah. If that was your own club, you'd say, man, we're going backwards. We finished sixth. We went to 10th. Man, we're only mid-table. We're not kicking on, yada, yada. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. But when it's not their club, the lens is, oh, my God, look at how well that club is run. Look how much better that club is run than our club.
Right.
Look how much
but I value that, though, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds corny and cliche, but you see, like, I'm turning my nose up, but you see, like, the Chelsea and maybe to a degree the City route, like, I genuinely put Leicester's title above those man's titles. Like, when you do it the right way, I value it more. Do you get what I mean? Because look, you've got to finals, and no one can't say to you, "Oh, you just bought it." Like, do you get what I mean? Like,
Hold on. Tottenham are one of the highest spending on transfers. Let's not.
No, but when Poch, look at Poch though. When Poch got to the final, that was football. That's what football's about. You assemble a great squad. You get the player from the youth team. It's not just you go and buy someone else's glory.
Yeah, but
like,
Tottenham have spent money though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
you have to spend money too.
No, you have to. You're right. I just think
whose money? Whose money?
The fans' money.
The fans' money, or Levy, or the sports and that. But I think going back to what Yoms was saying, I think you have to remember everyone's got a different perspective. He's seen it from a Man United's perspective. It is financial because they're in cups all the time. Like, so it means it's a different. They look at it view. You can't make them. I know you're not trying to, but you can't. You have to kind of understand where they're coming from with that. It means what means more is different to different people. And to Tottenham, I think it would be the same thing for us if we were in the European Cup final. Newcastle were. It would be like, raw winning. This is going to be a trophy. This means, yes, there's going to be a financial benefit, but the main thing is it's going to be a trophy. And so, yeah, that's just what it is.
Yeah, but I look down on man like that though, Toon, man. Like, it's like you see Jay and you, Toon, live. Even Mitch, like, I respect you lot more as football fans. Do you know what I mean? Because you lot, you ever gone through a rough period when you ain't winning nothing? You have to sit down and go, hold on, why do I love my club? And then you find all these other reasons. It's not just trophies. Certain men, it's just trophies. If you remove the trophies from their team, they wouldn't piss on them. Like, do you know what I mean? But it's different. It's different.
The challenge for you then would be, because if Arsenal start winning Premier Leagues back to back and multiple trophies, are you going to change then? Like, there's a different way to kind of view it. Like, are you? And then what if after 10 years, seasons of being in Champions Leagues and winning Premier Leagues, and then you find yourself in the Europa or the Europa Conference?
But there's different levels. There's different levels to win, and that's the thing. There's levels to win. When you haven't won for a long time, you just want to win. And then when you start winning again, you want to win nicely. You want to, you know what I'm saying? Real Madrid won La Liga with Jose Mourinho and sacked him because of how he won. But they was just used to, do you get what I'm saying? There's different levels, and that's why different things mean more or less to different clubs. Do you get what I'm saying? Right now, I like it's a European trophy. I don't call it a major European trophy. It's a European trophy, but it means the same to me as to win the FA Cup. The only difference is the Champions League money. Do you get what I'm saying?
United. It means less to them. 100%.
Like
Spurs.
Yeah, like to me, I'd rather win the FA Cup than the Europa Cup.
No, well,
I would. Yeah, but I'd rather win the FA Cup than the Europa League. I think the FA Cup is harder to win than the Europa League.
What about the Carabao?
Even the Carabao, I think the Carabao League, the Carabao Cup's harder to win than the.
But you live. But listen, like obviously.
It is in the Carabao Cup. In the Carabao Cup, you're gonna face Premier League.
Don't start running excuses now. You know, like, oh, we've already won the League Cup. We've already won.
No, none of that. None of that.
I agree with what it means to you, but it's no way the FA Cup's harder to win than
the Europa League.
The Carabao as well.
Well, it is. Tottenham are in the semi-final of both the Carabao and the Europa League.
It's harder to win in the Europa
League.
League.
You see Europa League? That's a challenging league, bruv. Like,
I keep
it's
forgetting that
crazy.
Liverpool lost the final last year.
The
No,
Europa
the
yeah,
League.
semi-final. The semi-final.
In
Sorry.
the
We've won it as
Europa
well.
League,
We've won it as well. But I'm saying
you
it's
might play
the
one
reason
game.
why
That is
you
tough.
don't want to be in it is because of how challenging it is. Where you have to go to far ends of the countries, all of that. It's long. I get it, yeah. FA Cup is it's comfortable. That's why you're saying it, yeah. But
You're playing
in
harder
terms
games.
of
You're
prestige,
playing harder
trust me,
games in the FA Cup and League Cup.
in terms of prestige, yeah, I swear Birmingham's won the FA Cup. But it's a couple people down the other side of Europe.
Hull got to the final.
Ask them who Leicester City is
Bro,
down
you just,
on the other side of Europe. They don't
but
know
Spurs just plays
prestige. Bruv.
Bodo Glimt in the
How can you come?
semi-final.
You know, bruv. You should.
They
I
just
know you're
played
not.
Bodo
You're not.
Bodo Glimt beat
Like,
Lazio.
them man don't even
Lazio
have grass.
prestigious.
I know you're
Lazio
not 6 times,
prestigious,
Rubai, but you can't. You're free. You know, winning them what it means in Europe, fam.
Just
Like,
saying.
there's
Yeah,
more.
Yeah, but if you just
You're doing
compare
the
the
industry.
semi-finalists of the cups to what they faced in the Europa League, like they faced Bodo Glimt in the semi-final of the Europa League, and they faced
It don't
you
matter.
in the
But
semi-final with the Carabao Cup.
Bro,
it don't
why
matter.
you
Rubai.
why you
Just
sounding so
completely
mad,
different
bro?
levels.
Why
I
you
think-
why you
I'm not
sounding
mad at
mad,
all.
bro?
I'm not angry
Yeah,
whatsoever.
no.
Bro,
hard
did
to
I have no
we,
anger in
bro,
it.
did we tell Lazio to lose?
No, I think
Lazio to lose to Bodo Glimt.
well, I think there's a
Who plays
distinction.
in stage one? Who plays on stage one or whatever level one it is
Yeah.
of FA?
So
Who is it? Who plays there?
I think
Name
there's
head and shit.
I think there's a distinction between maybe how prestigious a trophy is compared to how competitive it is. So
Yeah.
I can say, for instance, the League Cup perhaps was more competitive because we played Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. All those are bigger teams than the ones that are in the Europa.
Yeah.
But I would still say that Europa is a bigger competition than the League Cup.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
but
but
that
no
doesn't
one's
mean-
argued
that
that,
doesn't mean it. That doesn't mean that it's harder to win because it's
No one's saying that.
That's the point I'm making. That's
It
the
is
point I'm
to a
making.
degree, though.
Yeah, that's the point I'm
It's harder
making.
to-
I'm saying it's more prestigious. So even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
we had a difficult time,
Oh.
more difficult teams to play in the League Cup,
Mm.
the Europa League is still more prestigious, even though
Yeah.
it's less difficult to win.
Yeah,
You know what
but
I
the
mean?
thing is, you say that now, but like I promise you, if you drop like someone like Jordan actually just said it, if you drop Brighton, Forest, not Wolves, I don't know what I said, but Bournemouth, these teams wouldn't be in the final. They'd flop it.
I think they would.
No, I think they'd flop it.
If they
all of
played
these
as good as
teams-
they
so
do
all
in
of
the
these
league,
teams that
Nah,
are better.
I've seen a lot of these teams.
He's in
like,
the
I
final
remember-
now, so he was
No,
going
wait,
to.
but all of these teams that are better than both of the teams that are in the final
Well,
wouldn't
but
get to the
the point
final.
is,
Bro,
wait.
these teams are better than us, bro.
But the
Come
point
on,
is, next season we'll find out.
Come on,
Because next season, these teams will play two
These are
games.
going to
next,
be
next season we'll be back into the top six.
We'll find out, yeah.
Oh,
We'll see if they'll play
Uh-oh.
twice a week. We'll see how they deal with injuries. Remember, when Newcastle first went champs, they had to rotate. They
Yeah,
had to play twice a week. And I remember Trippier arguing with the fans and the man.
it's crazy.
The man was that Trippier, you know.
Yeah.
The injuries, but the injuries. Let's go.
that
Emma, come outside. You get me?
was Alex in the that was Mr. Watson.
Just
I
to,
don't want to hear about injuries, bro.
what's the qualification process for the FA Cup? There isn't. You're just granted entry.
Everyone
innit?
entered.
Yeah,
and then
anyone,
the
you
big
can
Is that the
start
same? Is that
teams come in around
we could
four,
start,
innit?
we could start a team and start
Wait,
getting
wait.
people
is that the
qualified.
same for Carabao?
No, it's
No,
only
you have to be a league team.
Yeah.
Carabao's
League.
only the football league.
Yeah.
So then that proves you have to qualify for the Europa League. You don't just get granted entry. So that kind of proves it's more difficult. You know?
One time Man United opted
You know what? That's a great point by Jinx.
Europa.
I don't
Now,
think qualification means that.
That's a great
proves
point
that
by
I do.
Jinx because byproduct of having to qualify for the Europa League makes it more difficult.
What?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Because you have to do well in the league.
Europa League.
Yeah, but your league might be dog shit though.
No, but
Man
you can't
United
win
You might
the
just
Europa
qualify.
League
You might just
because
qualify
you're
from a
cancelled.
dog shit league. If your league has got 15 shit teams in it, and you come third or fourth, you're still a shit team.
Yeah, for them, man. But for an English team, the same teams that you're justifying that the league, the Carabao and the FA Cup are better than the Europa League, you have to play them twice in the Premier League
You have to
and
win
finish
the FA Cup to get into the Europa
and
League.
finish high enough in the league to even qualify for the Europa.
Is that not like a completely different
what was
discussion?
that?
No,
It's a harder competition to get
part of
into.
the
That doesn't make it
Yeah,
a harder
so to me that
competition
means
to win.
we have to get in it to win. So it's harder.
All right.
That's
Are you
it's a
winning?
great point.
Are you winning the FA Cup or the League Cup really without beating Liverpool, City?
Bro,
It's possible.
bro,
You're not. You're not winning the FA
bro,
Cup
you're
without
missing,
beating a Liverpool,
bro, you're
a
missing the
City,
point.
a Arsenal,
Bro,
a
Yoms,
Chelsea, a United, a Newcastle.
okay, Yoms,
a
why are
Spurs.
United in the Europa
You're
League?
not. You're just
Yoms,
not.
why are United
Let
in
me
the
finish.
Europa
Let me
League?
finish my point. Let me finish
No,
my
but
point.
why are United in the
Before
Europa
I
League?
answer your question, let me finish my point, then I'll come to your question. Right?
Okay, sure.
You're not winning. You're not winning the FA Cup without beating these teams that are a lot, not even a little bit. They are a lot better than any team you're going to play in the Europa League, bar maybe one or two teams. Do you get what I'm saying? So therefore, by definition of the teams you're playing against, you're going to play harder matches in the League Cup and the FA Cup.
But listen,
who's
right?
in
But
the
the
FA
point is, Yoms, like you're only in the Europa League because you won the FA Cup. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the qualification to get into the Europa League should be considered part of winning it because you can't be in it unless you qualify for it. So
you're saying because the prize because someone decided the prize of winning the FA Cup is to get into the Europa League, that means the Europa League is harder.
Bro, I'm saying
like they can change that tomorrow. Tomorrow they can say the FA Cup. That's just someone's decision. That's like saying.
No, it's not. It's
Dude,
not like saying your reward for winning the
You're both arguing two different points. So
we're not.
That's like saying they're not.
I think they are as well.
That's like saying,
let
me make this one point. Yeah, that's like saying that the coming fourth in the league is
Yes, it is.
It's easier.
It's more difficult. It's more difficult to finish in the Europa League spots than beat a good team once or twice.
Let me finish. That's like saying coming fourth in the league is easier than, or coming fifth in the league is easier than winning the Europa League, because the Europa League the qualification for the Champions League is winning the Europa League.
What? You lost me.
No, you got it wrong.
Like,
the whole point is
like you're saying because the qualification for the Europa League.
Yeah.
Because the prize for winning the FA Cup is qualification for the Europa League, that makes it harder.
I'm saying that you should consider that part of winning the Europa League. You can't play the Europa League unless you were one of the top 5 teams in the country. Or you won the FA Cup.
In this country.
They're the only team
in this
in
country.
the Europa League. So
in this country. But you're not playing the teams in this country to win the Europa League. You're playing teams called Bodo Glimt.
No, but hold on, yeah. Think about this logically, though, yeah. If you lot are saying that the FA Cup is more difficult to win than the Europa League, when the people who won the FA Cup just to qualify for the Europa League. So even within getting in the Europa League, you've done the difficult thing already. So you can't just...
No. Wait, Yom, wait.
You're probably not playing Bodo Glimt, Bodo Glimt on a plastic. These men don't have grass. It's too cold for grass. Like, what are we doing here? You cannot tell me beating Bodo Glimt.
Okay.
First of all, Jay, you're arguing the point that it's more prestige, and Yoms, you're arguing the point that it's harder to win. Yeah.
No,
that's
we're not. That's what someone else said.
Because of the qualification thing. But I just want to say to Yoms here, you see in Europa League, the levels of the teams are a standard, in it. It's not the lowest of that country. You see in the FA Cup, you've got the lowest in that country. And when you say it's harder because you've got to go through Liverpool, Arsenal, we know it doesn't work like that, because most of the time the big teams are playing each other. And if the big teams get a smaller team, it's easier for them. In Europe, it's all a certain standard. Yeah, it's all the level. It's all the teams that are 8. It's all the 10th. Let's just say, wait.
Using that argument gives them fuel to dispute it.
No, what I'm saying is, does this go back to Europa and the Conference League then?
What I'm saying is, if all the leagues here had just 20 teams, you're playing the 10th, the 8th, the 9th best teams in the whole of Europe. There's no national blue trophy league teams in there.
No, but what Yoms is going to say, Bodo Glimt. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So you're actually helping his point. You're helping his point.
Bodo Glimt here is better than the blue trophy teams in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Them man is getting £40 a week.
No.
Boy.
But my point,
Hear what I'm
And
saying
then
is
you're talking about, bro, you've got part timers, Rude Boy. I got friends that most probably do scaffolding that can play in the FA Cup.
You're talking about round one and
What
round
I'm saying is I'm just saying the quality. No, what I'm trying to tell you is the quality of the play. I'm trying to say the quality of the teams stops at a barrier that doesn't even hit.
But hold on. But just to say, my point was that the FA Cup, right? The fact that you go into the Europa League when you win the FA Cup is testament. It's harder to win the Europa League.
Okay.
Does
that then apply for the Carabao to the Conference League? Does that then apply for the Carabao to the Conference League?
Bro, listen, I'm saying if you want to say the Conference League is harder to win than the League Cup, yeah, but by the same logic, right? I'm saying no, because the quality of teams in the Conference League is low.
So that defeats your argument because you win the Carabao Cup to get in the Conference League.
Get into the Conference League.
No,
so it defeats the original argument completely, right?
No, but don't that prove the point then?
Because the point is that the Europa League's harder to win because you have to win the FA Cup to get in. But the Conference League isn't harder to win because you have to win the Carabao.
It is.
No, but he's saying that the Carabao's harder to win in the Conference League.
Yeah,
as well as the Europa League's harder to win than the FA Cup because you have to win the FA Cup to get in the.
No, you don't.
Does not make his point true though.
No.
If he's saying the Carabao Cup is more difficult to win than the Conference League, the fact that you need to win the Carabao Cup, then therefore win a whole next tournament after, proves that the tournament after is more difficult because you have to win.
The Conference League is
you have
harder
to win
the Carabao Cup.
But you have to win both to win one. So obviously, to do more is difficult than just to do one.
Yeah, but
do you get the point?
But also, the quality of team in the Europa League.
I think we're just being disingenuous now.
As I was saying, it sounded disingenuous, a little bit disingenuous.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I'm agreeing.
Listen. The truth of the matter is, we saw United and Spurs in the Europa League when the Europa League started. And we said, this could be a United Spurs final because we knew the teams in there were shit.
That's not our argument, though. Because you're only choosing to start it at where the Europa League starts and who you're playing. You're discarding the whole fact of what you have to do prior to actually qualify to get to that point, which is what our whole point is, which makes it.
You're linking out. So
that's what I was
my
just saying
argument
about
is
Carabao and the
winning the FA Cup to get into the Europa League is just someone's decision. That's not based on how hard it is. That's just the FA saying or whoever saying, do you know what?
Add incentive.
We want to give an incentive to the FA Cup, and therefore we'll give you a spot in this competition if you win this competition. It doesn't mean that this competition is harder than this competition.
Well,
it's just one way.
That's a relevant point.
But the qualification process
is a part of the winning.
So then that should apply for the Carabao and the Conference League as well. Then.
Because in the league, hold on, let me say the difference, yeah? Because the Spurs to qualify for the Europa League had to finish fifth, fifth best team in the country. United had to win the FA Cup. They're the only two teams that went into the Europa League.
Do you get what you're saying? This is what they're saying. So they're saying that's crazy.
Maybe if you say it, soon, it will make sense.
So what they're saying is that they're tying both tournaments together. So you finish fifth in order to get into the tournament in the first place. So they're taking it as a whole thing. The Premier League and a thing. And I'm saying that's crazy, bro.
But wait. Before we move on, though, Toon, why is that crazy when that's a part of? If you actually win the trophy, you have to do that. You won't because the FA and the Carabao, you just get there. So do you get what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
What's harder, winning the Champions League, or coming fifth in the Premier League? What's harder?
Winning the Champions League, obviously.
Winning the Champions League, because that would involve you finishing fifth or up the season before.
Exactly.
All right, so the prize for coming fifth is entering the Champions League, right?
Yeah, Charlie and the Wonka.
Yeah, if you want to, I remember Wenger got disrespected for calling that a prize, so I'm a bit apprehensive.
Okay, cool. So what's harder, coming eighth or seventh in the Premier League, or winning the Europa League?
Winning the
Europa League because you have to come 7th or 8th to get into the fucking.
Yeah,
I would argue that coming 7th in the Premier League, as the Premier League is now,
But why you guys?
it's harder than winning the Europa League.
Hold on. Why you guys are going in circles? And I think FaZe and Jay, you have to also understand where Yoms is coming from. Yoms is separating the tournament. He's seeing it as two different things. The league and tournament as two separate things. You guys are tying them together and saying, if you finish 5th in the Premier League and you get into the Champions League, I've never known anybody to see the tournaments like that. I see tournaments as a separate.
Bonkers, because the teams that are in the tournament is what matters, right?
No,
the teams are
because you have to qualify to get into it.
No, the teams are in the Europa League are dead.
You guys are trying to make the Europa League look like the World Cup.
You're telling me.
Hey, bottom line, you don't rate the Europa League. And Jay does.
An Olympic gold medalist don't get on the podium and say, "Oh fuck every race I ran in my life before this." Like, you know what I mean?
But he doesn't say
it all builds up and consists to this point, and then the emotional over. Like, do you get what I mean?
Let's forget the names. Right? Let's forget the names of the competitions. Yeah. What is a more difficult competition to win? One where you have to play Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle. When
you pose it like this, though, Yobs, you shoot yourself in the foot. But go on.
Let me finish. What is more difficult to win? A league where you have to beat City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and I don't know, say Chelsea, right? Yeah. Or a league where you have to beat Bodo Glimt, Galatasaray, and fucking I don't know.
AZ
Alkmaar.
Why don't you just say?
Right, so let me. Can I respond then?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if you, which you're wanting to do, and you're right, if the Europa League where you play Galatasaray and Bodo and all these teams, if you just got given a place in that and you didn't have to do nothing to qualify for it, yes. The league finishing that position is more difficult than winning the Europa League. But when now to actually get into the Europa League to get the chance to win it, you have to actually do that same thing which you're saying is more difficult than winning the Europa League in the league to even qualify. The process for winning it includes you qualifying. Do you get what I mean? So that has to be included.
I get all of that. My point was that Jay went completely against that when I said, what's harder to win, the Carabao Cup or the Conference League? And he said Carabao Cup.
No, but Mitch, you make people nervous the way you prep questions.
Which completely defeats that whole argument.
No, because my thing is...
Sorry, in no world is it more difficult to win.
My thing is
Chelsea have played a B team and they're going to win it.
Right, listen, but Chelsea, like in how they qualified for the Conference League, what did they do? They had to finish 7th in the league.
No, but you guys...
Yeah, but it's still defeat the argument because they still have to do that to get in it. If you don't do that, you're not in it.
You know what it is,
You can't talk me with the camera on, bruv. You should...
Yeah, I get it from Chinks' argument. I get it, but from when Jay turned around and said the Carabao Cup's harder to win than the Conference League, it defeats Jay's argument. But Chinks is holding on to his argument firm, and he's like, "No, the Conference League's harder to win."
I never thought it was harder. I just
can't
wanted
argue against that.
to feel better about your little trophy. Yeah, that's what it was.
You love going out.
Okay, what is your little trophy? You're holding up a trophy that's a final at the minute. Win it first.
Because think about this way. If the trophy's £1,000, yeah, and think about you just got given your £1,000. But me, I had to sell £5 drinks and make my £1,000. You can't tell me that you can't compare your struggle to mine. I had to work for this brick by brick. I built this. Like, do you get what I mean? It's different.
Can I ask you something? Yoms, who do you think's better, yeah? Roma or Brentford?
Right now, I genuinely don't know. If Roma played Brentford,
I'm with you on that one, Yoms.
One more. Porto or Forest?
I don't know. Again, I don't know.
What I'm saying,
Porto under Amarim, yeah. But Porto right now, I don't know.
What I clocked is the names that you was calling out in the Europa League are not the strongest names.
Yeah,
true. When you look at the strongest names,
if Porto right now, play
what I'm saying, because
I don't know who wins.
Yeah, no, I know. That's
Do
what.
you
That's
see
my
what I'm
point.
saying? But yeah,
But
but
that's my
but
point.
yeah, but you're
That's
playing
my point.
teams that are better than Brentford to win the FA Cup. Is what I'm saying.
I think when
No,
you're
You're playing
on
teams
what
that
what
are
I'm
you're
much
saying is,
better
so
than
what I'm,
Brentford.
no,
feeling,
so
this
what
is
I'm
not
saying,
even
no,
a
but what
debate.
I'm saying is, so what I'm trying to say is here, you've got a league full of Romas, Lazios,
Paul
Portos
Bilbao's,
playing.
yeah.
That's the real standard. You've got to remember, mate. Just because who you played in the run up this season doesn't mean that's the standard of the league. You got to remember, even in this season, you men are 16th and 17th, so anything can happen.
Which
But if
shows
you
you,
really
which
deep
shows
at the
you the
beginning,
standard, which shows you
because
the standard
wait,
of,
wait,
because
no,
according to
because
your
I tell
argument,
you what I'm saying.
United
At the
and
beginning of the
United and
season,
Spurs should have been
sorry,
battered.
bro, you're just interrupting me. At the beginning of the season, I guarantee you, none of you lot said it's a Spurs United final. It
I said,
happened
I
later
said,
did.
on down
We
the
did.
line.
I
We
said, I
talked
It
think
about
happened when
it
United
the
can
back
win
6,
of
7
this.
the
months
man they
ago.
got.
I said,
It
I think
happened when the
United can win this.
We talked about
I
it
said,
6, 7
I,
months
I looked
ago.
at those, I
so did
looked at those
Deji.
teams.
So did
At the end
Deji.
of the
I
So
day,
did
looked at those
Deji.
teams
So
in
at the
did
end
there,
of the
and I
Deji.
day,
said, I think United can do
Bruv,
this.
it's
everyone
a
said
one-off.
that,
Because
bruv. What I'm
by
saying
your
is,
standard preach,
it was
yeah,
so chess.
by
I'm just saying.
by
I'm
your
just
argument
saying.
preach, United should have been battered. The how
No,
shit
I'm not. No, I'm not.
how shit the Europa League
No, I'm
is
just.
testament that teams that are 16th and
Unless
17th
you
in the
really,
Premier League are
unless
in the
you
final.
really
That shows you
believe
how
you're,
shit that
unless
league
you
is.
unless you really believe you're a 16th place team, then
They
I
are
agree
this
with.
season. They
They
are this
are,
season.
the
No,
They
I
numbers
get
are.
don't
no.
lie.
They
Tune.
are.
I'm agreeing with that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, do you believe that's where they should be? Like that's
Right
them.
now,
No, that's what they are. Yeah.
United and Spurs, the
Like
way we are
it's like
playing
City.
football
It's
are
like
16th
City.
and
It's like
17th.
City. We know it's like City though, innit? They're third year, but we all feel that they're gonna be back next season.
As a club,
So
but how we are
this is what I'm
playing right
saying. Do
now,
you?
as
I'm saying.
the league
So
ain't
you're
the
saying
league
you
the
believe
league
you're a 16th place team then?
right now the league. I don't think the league is fake.
So,
I don't think the table is
no,
fake. No, I think
so,
across the Premier
so
League,
you reckon you
sir.
reckon you'll be 16th next season as well?
No, but that's not the point.
No,
We're talking about
that's not. I
now.
don't think
Like
so because
like
I
today.
think
No,
what happened
no,
over
no.
summer.
So are
I think
you
what
saying?
happened
So
over
what you're saying? Right, so let me get this right. So what you're saying is this year, this football calendar year, you
Yeah.
think the FA Cup is harder to win?
I see what you're saying.
this football calendar year and every football calendar year.
Right. So
Yes.
Toon, please stop interrupting, bruv. Yeah, because you just told me
I
that.
thought I was hoping.
I know you wasn't, bruv. You wasn't. That's why I wanted to understand. If it's in the calendar year, you are right.
And do you know
But
no,
on
do you know, do you know where it is?
overall,
Do you know where it is? Do you know where the change was? I think the change was when the Champions League teams stopped dropping in.
This guy, bro.
I think that's when it was.
Who won the
Because,
Europa League last season? Who won it?
you're gonna go
Atlanta,
to
not Atlanta. Was it Atlanta?
It was Atalanta.
Yeah.
It was Atalanta. Did Atalanta drop down?
No.
No.
It did
Only
not.
about 6 or 7 teams have won it from dropping down in about 25 years.
Yeah. So basically, the
Because
point
they
is
didn't
that,
care.
like Atalanta
Oh yeah.
handled their business. Yeah. So all I'm trying to say to you is like you. It seems like
I
you're
love all the
downplaying-
trophies, by the way. I think they're all important.
Yoms, you're downplaying this trophy, but out of the two teams playing this
I'm not
final,
downplaying the trophy.
No,
I'm
but
just saying
you
what I think in terms of
you are, bro. But
the order in which is the difficulty of winning a trophy is. I think the difficulty of the order in terms of winning a trophy. I think you play harder teams in the FA Cup and the League Cup than you do in the Europa League. I just do.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just can't see. I can't see Bodo Glimt coming to England and getting to the semi-final.
You always want to use Bodo.
How do you know
And
what
getting to the
Blodo Glimp
semi-final.
looks
I
like if you
can't
don't know
see.
what
I
Roma?
can't see. Huh?
You know about Blodo Glimp, but you don't know about Roma.
I can't see Roma getting to the semi-finals of a FA Cup right now. I just can't see. I'm sorry.
We played Roma. Roma are good.
I don't see.
Roma
I
was
don't see.
up a lot of Premier League
I don't
teams.
see Roma coming here and batting up Newcastle
Ash,
in
am I
a
wrong
League
there?
Cup final.
No,
I can't say that.
I think what it is for me personally, I think because of the league position at the moment, I think that's tainted a lot of people's minds of where the Europa Cup should be. Because Man United are 16th, because Spurs are 17th, people are now looking at the Europa Cup sideways. How can teams finish so low be in a cup final? I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Seasons before, if Spurs had finished...
Oh, cliffhanger.
Yeah. It looked like he was about to spit something. Good.
Them next few lines are going to be fire.
Yeah.
I thought it was me.
Oh man! And when he comes back,
I was all checking my wife.
he's totally lost his train of thought.
He's gonna think.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Like dropping his breakfast on the floor. You can eat it, but it's not going to taste nice.
As soon as he froze, I checked my
Anyway,
connection.
trust
I
me,
was like, damn. It was me.
No, I think all the cups are important, to be honest, man. That's all.
yeah,
I'm just saying that.
You want to be Switzerland? You all want to hold hands and
No,
say,
I honestly
all
believe
cups
it.
matter.
all cups
All cups
matter.
matter.
All cups matter.
Do you know what it is? Social media's killed it, like, because you can get the kids all bantering the heck out of each other, saying, you only want the Europa, you only want the
You
conference.
are the kids that you are describing.
That's not me.
I know, it's like the
Me?
That's
guy
not
like
me.
wanted maniac.
This is end of the
You
season.
too.
Jay, you just want Yom
This
to
time
feel.
last season,
you want
you-
Yoms to feel like how you feel
No,
about the cup.
bro,
He's just won FA Cup and League Cup back to back. Do you know how
Bro,
much I would love that for Newcastle
Bro,
to win
do you
those
think,
cups back
do
to
you
back?
think I want United to win League Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, back to back to
But
back?
that's what I'm
to
saying.
get
But
back to
I'm
Europe?
saying how he's seeing it, like with his team.
I
bro,
can't believe he's acting like
he's
it.
not even enjoying watching his team play, and they're still winning cups, bro. How are you gonna make him feel like jiggling in his bones about the Europa
I'm not
League?
trying to make him feel anything. Like
You spent an hour trying to prove to him that this is
I'm
important,
not.
and he's
You're
like,
getting-
More difficult. You're doing that thing. You're doing that thing.
He's acting like a remedial child in Key Stage 1 English. It's very simple what I'm trying to say. If the fact that you by winning the FA Cup, you go into the Europa League, it should give you all you need to know about hierarchy, prestige, difficulty. It's right there.
All right, so Jay, if they change the rules next year, and
They're not going to. They're not
if
going
they
to.
No, but go on. Let's go. Go on.
if they change the rules next year and they said
I
alright,
forgot,
we're listening
I
to Arsene Wenger, right? We're listening to Arsene Wenger. Fuck it, yeah.
You
And
know.
they said, you win the FA Cup,
Yeah.
you win the FA Cup, you get into the Champions League.
Right?
Yeah, like does that change anything for you?
No, you'll just probably spend an hour trying to argue with me that trying to win the FA Cup is more difficult than the Champions League.
No, the point I'm trying to make is the consequence of winning it is just a decision that somebody makes. It doesn't prove hardship, or it doesn't prove how difficult.
Well, if that point is factual, yeah, it has to be consistent then. So black people who complain about slavery and all this stuff to hold them back, it's just a decision that someone made. You can't use it to justify anything.
Ash,
whoa.
Ash, what was the point? Ash, what was the point? What was the point?
I wanted to talk about Liverpool, innit, and Trent getting booed, innit? It's
We
been
did
a
that
whole week.
last show, man. Sheesh.
Huh?
Did we?
Wait, they were booing him online, and then we saw them boo him in
In
live.
real life.
So now we've got the visual. And you know what, Preach? I'm going to tell you what, yeah. I was a little bit hypocritical because I'm going to say to you, yeah, I was thinking about when Sol Campbell left their Spurs, yeah. And I thought to myself, deep down, yeah.
This, by the way.
It wasn't just that he went to Arsenal. It was that he ran his contract down and went on a free. It kind of irked me at the time. It kind of irritated me. I was like, because I knew he was running it down. Yeah. And I was like, he wouldn't run it there. He wouldn't do that to us. Going to Arsenal was the byproduct. So when I actually think about it, I'm going to say, you know what? Not to, obviously, the way they're expressing it, I think is a little wrong. But maybe not too much on Liverpool fans, because when I was in that situation, I kind of felt a kind of way.
It's different.
And so I will acknowledge that. And
To be fair, Sol Campbell
you know
did pretty much stab you twice, though. Trent's only done it once. So he hasn't
Didn't
gone to
even-
Everton.
No, but you know, to build on Jay's point, then before you lot shoot it down, because I'm in an alliance and agreement with him, yeah. Because my justification, because I've
You guys in the
experienced
same
that. No, pause, but yeah. I've experienced players leaving and wanting to go for other teams and greater pastures. And my only justification was that made me feel okay with it a bit was they said they're going to win stuff. Do you get what I mean? So they wanted something we couldn't give them. Now we're giving you everything. We're giving you everything, brother.
Well, he's also reciprocating that, actually.
No, man. You can't put the whole Liverpool institution and compare that to what the fuck Trent did.
I'm saying
You can't do that. How dare you?
He's a world-class right back for a reason, right?
Who they created. He's my Pokemon.
He's reciprocating.
My
The
Pokemon.
guys
He might just
live
want to live in the sun with some mamacitas.
That's
bro.
what,
Exactly.
yeah,
He
and
might
do
want
better
to
than
And
live
this
with
is- and this
beaches
is why-
and Spanish women.
Sheesh,
And this is why they should burn his passport, and he shouldn't be allowed back.
But no, but wait, hold on. Let's reverse back to the Sol Campbell point, because I'm saying to you,
He could get
that,
on that.
no, wait, hold on. Peach is saying that Real Madrid are Liverpool's rivals.
Is it?
How arrogant! What?
No, this is shameless. This is shameless.
No, he's being serious.
Who's won the most Champions League? Liverpool and Real Madrid have duked it out enough times to be classed as rivals.
Yeah, they're rivals in the Champions League. They're
In the,
rivals.
I can understand one's got 15 and one's got 6, but for us as well,
Whoa! But we're
This is
comparing
mad.
that
Like,
to
this is some new stuff, bro.
my brother. This is wild to
This
me.
is woke,
Here's a point.
This is
too.
woke.
So wait. So hold on. Before you go, Preach, were we ever rivals with Man U?
That's
Huh?
exactly
Get
what I
the
was gonna
crystals
say.
out.
Were we ever rivals with Man U then?
Yeah, of course.
But in terms of our stature of our clubs, we're nowhere near each other, so we were never actually rivals then. If you're going to say that about
they're just making up reasons to hate Trent, man. When people start talking like this, Real Madrid is right.
separate that bit though. So you're telling me right now, in terms of Europe and Champions League, there's no rivalry whatsoever.
I agree with like no. Oh, so you are saying that Real Madrid are rivals and that Trent shouldn't have gone there.
They are.
No, I'm not even trying to put the 2 points together. I'm just homing on the fact they are rivals.
Well, every
to a
team are
degree.
rivals, and there's different. There's
but
different
they're
degrees of
legitimate
rivalry. Yeah.
rivals. They're
Thank you, mate.
legitimate rivals.
Legitimate.
Liverpool and Real Madrid are legitimate European rivals. Come on,
Bro, Stoke are our rivals because they snapped Ramsey's leg. There's stuff that makes it. It don't have to be years, and there's stuff that makes it rivals, bro. I'm telling you.
So Liverpool are the Stoke to Real Madrid.
No, that's not what I was doing. That's not what I was doing. That was over a leg break. That's not what I was doing, bro.
Don't have it, Preach.
But
He
no,
just called
this
you
is-
Stoke.
To me, Tottenham and Arsenal, there's bloodshed, bro. Do you understand?
Whatever, man.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Whatever.
but that's a rivalry and a derby at the same time.
Yes,
They're like two different
No,
things.
it's a
You know
long.
what? I read into the history of why. I read into
It's
the history of why there's such hatred. Like
What is it?
Arsenal done you man dirty, bruv.
How?
Arsenal
How?
done you man dirty. It was something about like a team had to get relegated from the league, and Spurs had qualified. Spurs had stayed up, but something changed in the rules, and Arsenal voted for Spurs to go down or something like that. And then Spurs got relegated and didn't come back up the
Oh,
time.
right.
Trust me, if you read into it, like it's deep. It's deep.
Was this before or after they moved from South to North London? Because if they've moved to North London, then voted them out of their own league.
Yeah,
that's
this is when
mad.
it. Well, I think it was the same year. I think it was the same year that they moved. It was dirty. It was something
That's
dirty
not-
like that.
And they've been better,
That is cold.
and they've been better since.
in the group.
They've won more trophies since. It's
That is
crazy.
cold.
I'll find the video and drop the link. It's mad though. It's mad. I was like,
But
yeah,
it's more
nah.
than turf wars, bro. It's more than turf. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's not though, man.
But to you, it's not. To you, it's
Yeah,
not.
because you're the one that voted them down, Chink. So for you, it's not. But them, man, yeah, it's deep. It's deep.
No, but it's not that, bro. It's not that deep. Alright, so do you not hate me?
It was way worse.
So this is. So guys, this is so random, and I hate to take it back, but I was obviously just watching. Yeah, I know. I just saw Bologna won, right? And Bologna won in the Italian Cup. Do you think Bologna fans are sat on a podcast? Yeah, like right now, like El Football.
Why are we catching strays? What are we
No,
doing?
I'm just saying. Do you think they're saying it's harder to win the Coppa Italia than it is to win the Europa League?
You was rigging it back. I knew you was
He went and got pasta.
Yeah.
He went Italy with
Maybe
it.
they are. Maybe they are.
Tagnatelli.
the whole time, you know.
Maybe they are. Because to them, if they beat AC Milan and Inter Milan on the way, and they're looking at United and Spurs in 16th and 17th, they're probably saying, "Yeah, do you know what? I would rather win this." Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
You think it's harder to win the Coppa Italia than it is to win?
I don't
the
know
Europa
much
League?
about the Coppa Italia, but I'm just saying if they had
He's
to be
Italia.
if they had to be giants to do it, then probably yeah, they're probably thinking this was more.
All right, so if
difficult
you
than
win
they
the Europa Cup, I don't want to hear no noise then.
Yeah.
I said to you, this is purely for United fans.
That's how he
United
started.
fans, this is purely
Financial. That's what he said right from the
This is
beginning. You
purely
guys didn't like his answer.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys didn't like his answer.
having the
For the next
Europa League-
hour, we talked about this Cup, like
it clear. I'm just saying.
having the
Nah,
Europa
you lot are
League,
conflating.
because you
You're
got
conflating.
you
You know
got to
what I
remember
mean, bro?
you got to remember
Spending
where,
hours
you got to
you're
just
remember
conflating the league
Like,
with
reason,
the
because
cup.
the reason why
You're
there's pain.
conflating the two. You
The
guys are
reason why there's
conflating.
pain, the reason why there's pain, the reason why there's pain for United, yeah, is because you got to remember what we grew up watching, innit? So if the Europa League is in my trophy cabinet and the FA Cup is in my trophy cabinet, I'm probably happier with the FA Cup. I don't want to be in the Europa League. This is not a cup that we want to be in.
No,
Do
but
you
you
know what I'm
can't
saying?
say. You know why you
We want
can't say that?
we want to
It was
be.
remember that year that you opted out of the FA Cup.
I don't think they opted out.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
opted out.
I mean, I personally didn't opt out. I wouldn't have agreed with the club in opting out. I think the club should have stayed in. Do you get what I'm saying?
Look at
But
this.
You
opted
want-
out.
yeah, like for us,
Fergie days as well.
purely financial. The reason we want to win it is because we want that 100 million in for the club rebuild. Our trophy cabinet, like, it's all right.
And by the way, just to add to that, Preach, when Man United opted out, was there the same incentive that if you win the FA Cup, you go to Europa? Was that incentive in those days?
Probably not.
Exactly. And then therefore they said, hey, we need to bring an incentive. You can qualify for Europe should you win the FA Cup.
So
it
what?
wasn't
So what was better? So what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Keep going. Say.
So it proves Yom's point. You've actually gone full circle. So Man United opted out of the FA Cup because they were actually onto bigger things at the time, and there was less incentive. It wasn't just Man United. There's other clubs that wanted to do that. So they create the incentive by saying, "Hey, if you win the FA Cup, you get to go to the Europa." So
The incentive is just an incentive. It
it's just
doesn't
an
make
incentive.
harder than
That
the
don't match what happened at the time, but yeah, that was nice. But that didn't happen at the time. But I'm just saying.
So there was an incentive. So there was.
I'm just saying that it's not that important. The FA Cup's not that important.
So what's the order then? What is the order for you? Wait, what is the order of trophies? Tell me. Just keep it simple. What is the order of trophies in terms of importance? Go. Anyone?
It depends on what you've won.
No. What is the order?
If you've won nothing from the league,
Premier
Up
League,
and downwards.
That's
Europa
true.
League,
Right.
FA
depends on what you've won before.
For me, it's the
League
Premier
or
League.
Conference League.
If you haven't won the Premier League recently, then it's the Premier League.
Oh,
If
so
you,
are
if
you
you've
saying
won the
to
Premier
us?
League recently, then it's the Champions League.
Are you saying to
Okay.
us to English, like, because there's more than
Yeah,
the Premier League football in it?
for English fans, for me, it's just Premier League and Champions League, and then everything else.
Why, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, be objective then. Be objective. What if you're objectively
I
saying?
thought it was World Cup. World Cup.
Nah, that's not. That's
That's
lost a lot of value, man.
No, World Cup is up there, man. It's number one.
Nah, the quality of international football ain't what it's not. That's mesmerizing.
Right,
But you're right. It has got the highest honor. It has got the highest honor.
Wait. So
You can't win it.
Champions League
England
bigger than World Cup then? Was Premier League bigger than World Cup? Is that what we're saying now?
No.
No.
The World Cup's number one.
Nothing's bigger than
Once every 4 years, that's too much.
I'm trying to qualify it.
Too
So
much.
World Cup, all right, World Cup. Are we all in agreement or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, World Cup.
Phase? No. Yeah. All right, cool. World Cup.
FaZe is
Then
Mr. Brexit. He doesn't care about anything.
He said about burning Trent's passport, innit?
This is gonna make FaZe
Man
angry.
doesn't even like the
After-
French
after-
league. We're talking about the World
after-
Cup. Come on now.
After the World Cup, it's the African nations. Go on through it.
The African Cup of Nations comes between the Carabao and the Conference League, man. Let's not do it.
I was going to say Conference League too. I didn't want to be
Don't
called
do that.
two.
The Nations Cup is yeah, man. Don't do
Chinks left. Right. Man said African Cup of Nations and he left.
I know it's African talk again. Come on.
Where do you put the Euros?
No, but
It's probably the Euros next.
Euros.
It's hard to
the
know.
Champions
You can't. This is what I'm saying. It's
Nah,
equivalent.
can't be.
International.
It's different. It's
Yeah, you
different.
can't really mix the two because it's two completely different things.
Champions League is bigger than the Euros.
No. Can't.
No way.
I would actually say it was. If you had to group it together, I'd say it was.
Champions League is probably bigger than Euros if you're Italian or French. If you're English,
Champions League.
you need
Football and the Rice Cup.
Even said probably.
all right. World Cup, Champions League. Is that
Yeah.
all in agreement?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Champions League is no. You know what? This is the point. Who agrees that the Champions League is above the Premier League?
This is what I'm trying to
Yes.
Show of hands.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
So that is contributed to what
The winning of the Premier League qualifies into the Champions League, and therefore it's a bigger trophy.
No. No, because Chinks is allowed to say that. Jay, you're still not allowed to say that because a minute ago you had the Carabao above the Conference League still.
Listen, semantic. There's always
Semantics.
anomalies.
Semantics.
In every scientific.
I like to call you anomaly and a contradiction here. To be fair, it's a good try, but I'm not having that one.
Let's focus on the point we're making at the moment. There's no point in getting distracted.
So I think the Premier League. For me, it's the Premier League. For me, it's the Premier
Exactly.
League.
It just depends on what you've done recently. If you've not won the Premier League recently, then really, like the Premier League is a more of a focus than the Champions League.
I've only just tasted my first ever trophy. I've done nothing, bro.
Yeah, if I'm a Newcastle fan right now, and I think we've got a genuine chance of going for the league next year or the Champions
for the
League next year, I'm going for the league. 100%. Winning the league in a domestic league is the yeah.
But if you're being objective, like say, like you're just a footballer and you're mapping out your life, like are you probably saying Champions League, whatever league I'm in, then after that, then the highest domestic trophy there, then whatever.
I honestly don't think it's as easy as that, because if you're winning the Champions League, the chances are you're a player that's been somewhere and won a league.
I honestly think
what I'm saying. Like,
no, because that doesn't work. Because if Barca win it this year, they didn't win a league. They finished second.
Yeah, but
You know what? I
After the league, the Europa.
And it's what it is. It's not just the tournament. It's what the tournament brings in it. So you're not going to play Real Madrid and Barca and all these worldwide brands and stuff strictly only in the Premier League. So the fact that what you're doing in the Champions League is called the best of the best, and you're only playing the best in the world to a degree, that adds something to it. So all the best players in the world want to play in that tournament. It doesn't mean that the trophy outweighs all the other trophies, but that is a big factor of what it brings also.
So which one of you men are saying it's harder to win, the Prem or the Champions League?
Champions League.
As an Arsenal fan, I've won one and ain't won the other, innit? So
yeah, why would you say Champions League then?
Because the Champions League is everyone forgets, because it's a knockout tournament. You can't redeem yourself like in a league campaign. Like I remember watching
Mitch's point though. You could win the Champions, not your league.
You could finish fifth and win the Champions.
No, I remember watching Arsenal because this game I always remember.
You finished 17th
when they lost to Chelsea. when they lost to Chelsea and Johnson played that dirt pass.
That's crazy, bro.
And it's like it just takes a moment in the Champions League, and you're out. Barcelona went through.
But then I only asked that there because this year's final, if you look at it a little bit more subjectively, Barcelona got in it, finished second in their league, and if the rules hadn't changed, PSG would have been in the Europa League at this point right now. They wouldn't even be in the tournament anymore.
And
we're saying that's harder to win than the Premier.
You can't say that because the group structure would have been different.
And the mix is
It might have been a group of different teams. We don't know what it would have looked like.
Yeah. And you're in that competition because of the form you had last season.
Oh, I like it, Preach. I like it. You joined us. I like it.
That's so you're kind of like when you say like 16th and in the finals, like it's not just because of the form this season. You're in there because you had a good form last season. You dropped off this season, and then you might like them man they're making it through luckily because they're playing a team as well that's not doing too well. Get me? But as far as I'm concerned, the European titles, the equivalent is harder. Champions League is harder to win than.
And what's mad is like Champions League is the equalizer. So like Arsenal will finish fourth or third or second maybe and qualify the Champions League. Tottenham, Man United, 16th, 17th. One of them wins the Europa and then the Champions League, and then they're all equal. They're all equal in the Champions League together, which is crazy. So,
do you think if Tottenham get to the if Tottenham win Europa, do you think they deserve to be in Champions League?
Yes.
Hey, wait.
Yes.
How has man just said
because
you've won Leon Rossini? What is going on here? Leon Rossini. What the fuck is going on here?
What happened?
That's not even close.
Strasbourg manager.
Oh, the TED Talker. What happened to him?
Someone in the chat just said I look like this dude.
Nah, man, they just think all light skinned people look the same, bro.
Racist.
That is wild.
Because if you win the Europa, you've proven you're the best in it of that league. So yeah, I think yeah, and it's a good incentive to win it because people won't compete. Because it all started off with, remember, the Champions League started off with literally the champions of your leagues. Then they wanted to include a bit more teams in it because they wanted to get more money. But then the people started complaining about how it's diluting the tournament. So then therefore the teams that would naturally be third and fourth that were playing in the UEFA Cup, because the UEFA Cup was still high. I remember the UEFA Cup days, that was serious because you had third and fourth teams playing then. But
Yeah,
then
it was,
they wanted to then increase more and more teams into the Champions League. And when they did that, they took away the quality from the Europa. And
Yeah.
so when teams were jumping down into the Europa, like say Liverpool win the Champions League and got knocked out, went to the Europa, they didn't take the UEFA Cup or the Europa at the time. They didn't take it seriously, so nobody took the tournament seriously, and they needed people to take it seriously. So then, therefore, they said, okay, cool. To add incentive, if you win the Europa, you get to the Champions League and you get this money. And now everybody perked up a little bit now. Now everybody's taking it more seriously. And it's better. The format has changed. So they're all like, I think they're all valuable. Honestly, I think they're all.
Now watch how team starts taking the World Club Cup seriously.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where there's real money in that as well.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
But the thing is, though, Yoms, I heard that you can buy your way into it. Isn't Tottenham about to buy their way? Aren't Tottenham about if that's the case, then we'll be there every year, bro.
Do that next time it's him. We got to do that.
So what is that? Do you lot respect World Club Trophy? What's this now?
World Club
World
Cup.
Club
They're running
Cup.
it like a end of season tournament, isn't they now? Rather than that mad thing in
the
the
prize
middle.
fund for winning it now is
So
going
this
to be
pre-season tournament.
100 million or 100 and
Yeah.
something
That's
million.
money, man. That's money.
This is shit. And this is where we need to start putting our fucking foot down, man. You know how much fucking players had a hamstring? Rodri broke his leg. Bro, the elite players play too many fucking games, bro, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna need NFL squad soon because this is ridiculous, bro.
I was gonna say like they should increase the Champions League, the European registration now, because you're playing so much more, like 25-man squad.
Yeah, it's not enough.
They should really up that to like 28-man or something like that.
More, bro. I'd do a 40.
Why even limit the squad?
Yeah.
It has to be mad because it's way too much football. And I don't know about anybody else, but even as a consumer, I'm starting to get, maybe it's just because United are shit. But
No, you're right, bro. The games don't mean nothing, Yoms.
There's a lot of football. Like it's hard to you pick a league and you're like, I'll watch more of this league, but you can't be France and Italy and Germany and Spain. Like,
Well, bro, I gotta commend you lot because sometimes I sit here and you lot are just talking and like you have all this knowledge of ball. I'm like, fucking, where do you lot get the time to watch all of this shit? Like, bro, seriously, I'm in a WhatsApp betting group. These niggas bet like 8 times a day, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even know there was this much games. Like, bro, it's I can't keep up with this. I got kids. I got kids. I don't know how you lot do it.
Hey, let it out, Chip. Let it out.
You're doing live right now.
Yeah. Bro, I can't believe it. I come here, you better name me some player I'd never heard of. Like, from the reports and the sky. And you lot are naming people in the clubs who I've never heard of. I was like, who? You lot are naming different members of staff. I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
Nah, real talk.
No, it's funny. It's true. It's true. But all right, listen, I want to kind of wrap it a little bit. But I was going to end it, and talk about previews and whatnot. But I was going to talk about also manager of the season. Who do you lot think it should go to outside of Slot, maybe, just to make it interesting? Or do you think Slot should get it? Like,
He has to, man. You can't come Premier League and win it.
But outside of Slot, then, just to make it interesting, who would you say would get them?
Probably Eddie or Nuno, isn't it?
Nuno, yeah.
Who's Bournemouth's?
But
if would you Spurs man take Nuno back?
Are you fucking dumb, bro?
He turned into a London youth there.
It's the hoodie. It's the hoodie, bro. It's
my mum's chain, bro. It's my mum's chain.
I don't actually know if he said that because they would or wouldn't take him, though. I'm still confused. Was that a yes or a no?
No.
It's 50-50.
You're gonna have it like the thing with a manager like Nuno, yeah.
50 is crazy.
Nah, that's crazy, man. Damn, Tune held on to that one. Boy. Held on to-
That's
That's
nasty.
the best callback I've ever witnessed.
Nasty. Right? Hey, that's nasty. Right?
Oh, man.
I did that all around the world.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
but
so
why wouldn't
savage,
you?
bruv. You
Why
can't
wouldn't
say
you?
anything out of line for 3 hours.
Go on, Yogs. Go on, ask the
You
question.
can.
Ask the
You
question.
can. It's always Tune. It's no one else, bro. Tune remembers what you said 3 hours ago, bro. He was like 7 months ago. You said that was gonna happen.
Like, 7 months is crazy.
No, but Jay, why wouldn't you take Nuno back though, Jay?
I just think it's just not what I'm looking for in my mind. That's just not the kind of manager.
It's not a dating site.
I can do better.
He's in the mood.
I can do better. That's all it is.
He's not my type on paper.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, Joms, you think I'm Butters. Like, I'm not Butters, bro. I can do much better, you know. What are you talking about?
But you just called him out as possible manager of the season.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, bro.
For
Like,
their club, though. For their club.
but,
For their
yeah,
club,
but
for
like,
their club, for their club.
Chris, when Sheffield United finished 8th or
Yeah, he's
9th,
bougie,
Wilder is great. Don't mean I want
Yeah,
to
he's
see him in
bougie,
White Hart
man.
Lane.
What about
Then,
the,
then Eddie Howe wouldn't be at Newcastle then.
Third, and the trophy is nice work.
Whoa.
I told you you want Eddie Howe when we got into it.
Palace manager? He wins the FA Cup.
We want to.
I think you
That's
make
a
an
shout, you know,
argument for
Preach. That's
Newcastle
a shout,
because
you know. If Palace win that FA Cup, that is a shout.
That's
That's mad.
What's his name? I know.
it's only a shout because of how highly he rates the FA Cup.
Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna almost circle back on this. If Glasner wins the FA Cup,
Yeah. Go on.
Oh, you know what? Do the same for Pep. If Glasner wins the FA Cup, yeah,
and then
all we have to do is go to him and ask him because he's won the Europa League.
Yeah. So
So
Glasner wins the
We
FA
ask
Cup.
Glasner.
He backed in the wrong narrative.
If you're doing,
that would be ironic, though. I lie, Jay. Imagine Postecoglou wins Europa, gets sacked, and then we hire Glasner, who won the FA Cup. Like,
Who will be manager of the season out of them then? Like
Oh, for God's sake.
after
it's got to
who will
be
be
Ange.
happy?
you get what I'm trying to say, though? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What?
Who would have lost?
Well, I don't even know who our next manager if we swap it.
I think Glasner would be good for Tottenham.
Would you
I
take?
don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. We're a top side, you know. Like, we need a top manager. I'm not. Yes, Glasner.
Look at Mitch. Look at Mitch.
I don't know if he's been sarcastic. Like
I'm not being. I mean, very fucking serious.
Why are you
I need
top
to use
side,
my
bro?
poker face more.
I'm just saying. Listen, Glasner's lovely for a.
You know when
Oh,
Pinocchio's I'm a real boy.
Glasner could be good. I didn't know. Do you think we actually want it?
real feelings.
Playing poker with Jay. This is Jay hit me. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Continue.
Do you think Eddie Howe would want to make the step up to a bigger club?
It's Tottenham? Is that what
He
you're saying?
did though.
Yeah.
Going from where did he go from Bournemouth?
No. Jay's trying to.
I'm just asking.
Trying to bait the thing.
Yeah, that's
Better
the wrong
budget.
bait.
That would be all right. So would that be a further or a backward steps in Eddie Howe's career to go from Newcastle? At the moment,
Go on, Ash.
at the moment,
Ash
is just scratching his beard like, why did Jay take us here? Why did he take us here?
I ain't scared of Newcastle. We'll be back.
we'll be back. It's crazy. We'll be back after these short ads.
Bro, we'll be back
Right.
after this short break.
Mental sports had an ad break.
Oh man, that's
Small
crazy.
recess, boys. Like we're like, you know
Do you
me.
know what? I'm gonna back Tottenham to win this, but if you guys don't win, I'm gonna come back here and Jay. I'm gonna say, oh yeah. So if Eddie Howe goes to Tottenham now, would that be a backward step? And you're
Yeah,
gonna be
listen,
burning.
enjoy your moment in the sun, bro. Like, but remember the story of Icarus, who flew too close to the
No,
sun
that's
and
Tottenham.
ended up falling to his death. Like, all I'm gonna say to you is, this time next week, guys, we're gonna reconvene, and it's gonna be the celebration of Tottenham Hotspur
I hope so.
breaking their trophy drought. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
there.
well, I'm with you in the fact that I'll be here next week.
I know Jay, you're gonna cry, man. I know you're gonna cry.
No, I'm not gonna
I
cry.
reckon you cry. I reckon you cry.
Bro, listen, I'm just saying this is Yoms can play it down all he wants, yeah, but
That's
I
what's bugging him.
don't care for this narrative. Yoms, are you telling me that you just want to finish 17th? That's all you want from this season?
What? Look, why are you trying to make him change his feelings
No,
about it? Why is
no,
it
He said it's about the money.
money? That's all he cares. Like,
he just wants the money, so he's just happy. Like 17th.
Why you
Man
getting
United.
money?
Nah,
You know you owe me money.
yeah. Listen, we'll see, man. We'll see. Are we doing a stream next week?
You
Are
talking
we doing a
about-
late stream? A late stream?
Can run it.
You know you owe me money.
It's gonna have my money.
We have to wait for all you man to get back from wherever you're watching the game, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I'll be watching it in Manchester.
What channel is it on?
TNT, innit?
Oh, is that where you at, Jay? You in Manchester?
I live in Manchester.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
it's on TNT.
Oh
Jay.
man, this could get this could get bad for you, bruv.
Okay.
Oh man.
The Spurs fans in
Oh
Manchester.
man, the Spurs fans in
That's why it
Manchester.
means more to him, bro.
Before,
Wow,
before
I
you wrap up,
understand
though,
you
It's
now.
more.
has anybody got a confident argument for any team in this final? It don't have to be a supporter. Does anybody have a confident argument for one or not?
I'm pretty confident that Man United win it as much as I want Tottenham to.
What's the not
Just because
not institutional? What have they shown you this season, or what makes you say this?
Oh, what? Just based on their performances this season?
Yeah.
No, what makes you so confident? Because I have no clue.
My confidence in Man United is that they're just a team versed in winning trophies. In the
Football
moment.
heritage.
And Tottenham, on the other hand, are a team who get to like. There's a term Spursy that literally means basically nearly winning something and then still not winning it.
That's why we need it more.
Like, I know you need it more, but this is my reasoning for
Unbeaten.
thinking Man United do it because they're
Unbeaten in Europe.
and it's not just Man United as a club. This team has won trophies over the last 2 seasons as well, by the way.
And Heritage Week, because the way you guys, the fans are shaking, you man were shaking today. This, like Jay took us round a world tour of how Tottenham would win. Ash has been scratching his beard. I'm like, raw, like this is real, bruv. You man are intense, bruv. Like you man are shaking at leaves. Yoms couldn't give a monk anything. He couldn't care, bruv. And sometimes the guy that doesn't care gets all the
Okay, Tune, yeah.
You're like, please, can I get your number?
Please, man. I got these cheeseburgers, man.
Don't give Tune any more success.
He's by the Oliver Twist. And you're just speeding by in a Lamborghini. And he's by the Oliver Twist.
The desperation stinks, bro. The desperation stinks. Absolutely reeks. Didn't Levy send 700 of the members? What do you need 700 staff there for, bro? Fucking no.
You better not give them any watches.
Matters is
I
only
knew the watches were crazy. Finalist Rolexes. That's crazy. Wait, that's the worst one ever. That gave you Rolexes just for making the final. That's crazy. That's why they lost. That's the bad luck of it.
Jay will be like, give me two, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, Rollies, you know. Is it Loris? Loris said, he said, what the fuck is going on there? Hugo said, what? I just won the World Cup. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Oh man, the open top bus is ready. The open top bus is ready in North London, bruv. I can't wait.
Oh man.
Hey, listen, it'll be a party, bro. Trust me, you guys should come.
They're gonna go
We'll do
past Emirates. I'm gonna go. I'll go.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll
I'll
through as
go.
well. That's
I'll
down
go.
the road for me.
I'll go.
Yeah, the trophy presentation. I'll
And
definitely.
do you know what's gonna? I can come in my Newcastle kit, and I know that you guys will be appreciative. Like you'll be in tears with me. Like,
Bro, listen, little bro try to make it about big bro's graduation. Chill out, bro. Chill out,
These
bro.
guys man graduated before you know.
That's what I said. Chill out, bro. I hear it, bro. But you had your time, bro.
I feel like a proud father watching his only
That's what
son
I
that
said.
made it.
I saw all you Tottenham Geordies. You had your moment in the sun, bro.
I'm with you.
Like,
I'm with you, son. Keep going.
That's crazy. The desperation reeks is crazy.
bro, what's you?
Hey,
Listen,
stink chinks. All I've heard is how God said it was gonna happen. Destiny says it's gonna happen,
Destiny, bro.
and maybe it happens, and it might not happen.
Then he turned into Lamar and said the 50.
It's destiny. Hey, bro.
Been a long time. Shouldn't have dissed me.
Do you know what's mad? Lamar's from Tottenham as well.
Oh,
You know what's
fucking
the
hell.
When I came
Start calling Jay Lamar.
when I came up I knew everyone seemed on it.
Oh, you know it? He looks like the type of bloke that'll wear a hoodie and a blazer.
I missed who that guy who you talking about there, but
the wildest thing.
Hey Jay, who's gonna win? It's 50-50, bro.
All this time,
But I'm confident.
yeah,
I'm confident.
he actually thinks.
I don't understand when I became the whipping boy. What is you guys?
All this time is the reason why
man,
he's gonna win.
Look at this, yeah. What I don't know what you boys would do without me, yeah. You know what I mean? Like
You're
still,
the Lamine Yamal of the show.
nah,
You're the
these
Lamine Yamal of the
motherfuckers
show.
are using this joke like a bar.
I'm not saying all this banter is the
You
reason why
mean
he's
Alright,
gonna win.
boys. Alright, boys.
You just said the
We
Lamine
get it.
Lamar.
We get it.
He's got a blazer and a hoodie on.
Hey, what do you think you mean? You're not there.
Your mean Lamar is crazy, bro.
I-
Your mean Lamar, you know. Oh my
Can't get
god,
away with
crazy.
So, guys, what do you think about Xabi Alonso going to Madrid?
Last dig.
Oh, no.
Can't even come back from that. There's not enough time. It's like
Yeah,
like
no,
Sunderland versus
I'm
Coventry.
joking.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like it's not,
He turned down Bayern and Liverpool, and now he wants to go right out.
Yeah, nice.
Mbappe ain't listening to that. What track back, fam? I ain't doing that, bro. Xavi's he's gonna lose his hair with these man. These guys aren't running. Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, they're not running back.
Yeah,
His
for
whole
real.
system is about hard work and fluidity and understand. Like he can't, and he changes the players a lot as well. And Mbappe ain't sitting on the bench because you want to rotate with somebody else, mate. That's a recipe made for disaster, bro. Good luck, mate.
Xavi.
Good luck. Good luck to Xavi, bro.
If it works though, they're a problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing is,
there is
Works, they
serious
are.
problem.
he would have phoned Enrique and said, Enrique, how can I get Mbappe to run? Enrique would have been laughing on the other side of the phone saying, broski. That's crazy. Enrique, though, and what he's done with PSG, man.
If it works, it's a problem for the next 10 years, though. Like,
Yeah.
How's it gonna work?
Yeah, I don't see how. But
It's
if he
Paris-
somehow comes up with a
Paris-
formula, danger.
Yeah.
But Paris is slipping up now, innit? They got
Paris
their
FC.
rival
Paris
yeah,
FC.
or whatever.
What's
Is
this?
Paris FC.
Because there's two Parises. There's two Parises.
Yeah, there's
in
two
it.
Paris
PSG
teams,
and
and,
Paris FC
and the
is
guy
good.
Paris is richer. Paris is richer than PS.
Yeah, but
What is it?
no FFP PSR for them, or is it different?
You come,
And aren't they the original
He
Paris
comes
as
from-
well?
no, he comes from the.
Bro.
Yeah, I think so. The original,
What
but he's
more
like,
school-
his,
what
his
more school
family
connection
name
is
is like
this,
the
bro?
5th richest in the world.
damn.
But what they're bigger than PSG is state owned,
What
no?
am I getting?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, your connection's moving mad.
Speaking in Morse code, bro.
Ain't PSG state owned?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
So
but
how's one?
I think Paris is state owned by just someone who's got more money.
Okay, yeah, but it's to that point where so much money don't even matter.
The game's gone, man. The
Oh,
game's
now the game's
What
gone.
is
When you was
are you
making
asking if
money,
Paris
it
is
yeah, forgot you're the money part though. What?
are you asking if Paris is
Huh?
Are you asking if Paris is state owned
Yeah,
or
yeah,
PSG?
both.
No, they both are apparently. They both are. I think they said.
Well, Paris. No, I swear Paris is owned by some guy. I can't remember his name. He was saying he's put in some money. He's invested.
and
Yeah,
aren't they the original Paris as well? They're the original Paris because PSG only was created 30, 40 years ago or something, isn't it?
I don't
something
know.
like that. I don't really know the history like that, but I've heard it, but I didn't. It's just from
Money
someone else.
don't guarantee nothing, though, man. It don't guarantee nothing. It's
Yeah.
about how you
No,
use it, man.
they're worth money in it, so it's gonna be a quick come
Wait,
up
do
in it.
you think for Xabi Alonso? Do you think the chairman of Real Madrid are going to allow him to rip up the whole team and his whole youth?
They're not gonna allow.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, they're
anything.
not.
When you say rip up the whole team, as in what?
I mean, in terms of like Galactico, like move away from that type of style project.
That's their brand. That's their whole
They do.
brand.
They just bought Trent
I
for
don't
that.
know though. They're moving away from the whole
They've
Galactic.
got the youngsters now as well, isn't it?
They're getting a lot of free signings that are like young and people who are in their prime. But yeah, they're going after a lot of youngsters as well, and then they're just adding like one or two massive names. Because don't forget, Vinicius wasn't a massive name. I mean, obviously they brought in Mbappe, but Vinicius wasn't. Rodrigo wasn't. Camavinga wasn't. A lot of their players were when they got them in.
And that's true. But I think Mbappe just changed my perspective on it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm putting too much weight on one game, but they ain't all that.
After you lot beat them,
Yeah, they'll.
I think you're a better team than them, to be honest.
Yeah,
What
and that's the key word, team, though. Sorry, go on, Ash.
do you expect for Arsenal next season then? Like, if you lot get like a striker, for example, and you were to get because you've got basically got Zubimendi, right? I know he has.
Apparently, but didn't he say he was going to go before and say the same thing to Liverpool? You can't trust him, man.
All right, but let's assume then. I know
You got the here we go though, no? I saw you got the here we go.
Yeah, they have. And
Yeah,
The situation is different. I was saying to Stephen that there's been broken promises. They didn't get him extra players like they said they would, and they've dropped from 6th to 11th. So he's most probably rattled now. It's like, yeah, it makes sense to leave. Get me before.
So with that being said, yeah, let's say they do get Zubimendi, yeah, and they were to get like a guy Caress, a striker. Like, actually, first of all, FaZe, do you agree with that whole guy Caress striker thing? Is that work for your system with Arteta? Do you think that's Arteta signing or is that Berta? Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
because you were arguing before that the striker doesn't work for you. Remember the beginning of the season, you're like, no, we don't play like that, and the striker doesn't work for the system. Because remember, everyone's like, oh, we need a striker, and you're like against it.
No, you know what it was? I was getting too caught up in this is earlier in my football YouTube days when I used to actually sit down here and take what you lot say on board and put weight on it. And I noticed that whenever you lot want to say that we need a striker, you disrespect like 3 or 4 of our players. And I'm like, rah, they're the guys that got us to where we're going. So I've realized what it is now. We need someone in addition to these players, not someone to just highlight their wrongdoings.
The cherry on top.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Right. So then, okay, with that, then, do you think now you can win you will win the league, or you will win like a major honor in terms of like champs or a cup? And if you don't, how do you feel about the manager then? Because he would be there 7 seasons, is it, or 6? Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it's coming to 6 now. I don't know.
Where do you stand on it? Yeah, where would you stand on it? Do you still give him? You said you like the football, you remember where you was, or has your expectation changed now? And you're like,
you know what it is. Yeah, there would like it's stuff like this because this helps me with my team because I've noticed that this is a constant that I have to battle and argue against. Yeah. And then I hear when you were talking about like Amarin, man are not on Man U like, raw, you don't need to get rid of him, you know, like he ain't done this in this much time, and like the fact that the opposition fans keep harping on about him not winning and wanting to get rid of him makes me feel that he's onto something good and he's a threat for threat for some other people because he can see he's put together a decent team and done quite well with it. So I'm quite happy to see out the process.
Okay, fair enough, man. Like, how does other people think as well? Is everyone along the same?
I think if you, in the scenario that you built, where next season, if essentially Arsenal get the striker, get the creative midfielder, get what they need essentially,
Mm.
and he still he doesn't achieve what you'd expect from a team that's been enhanced and grown. There. I think it does kill both arguments in terms of whether to keep him or to let him go. Because 7 years, it'd be like 7 years in that scenario without anything. I think that'd be problematic. It would have to be something epic where maybe both Liverpool and Man City, obviously, if Arsenal are like, will only like maybe don't win the league by 1 or 2 points, and then with Liverpool and Man City battle throughout, they get to the Champions League final and they lose out on penalties. It would have to be like that kind of context where you say, all right, cool.
Mm.
I
We're
think it's a
good.
big season for them.
It's massive.
Like, it's
It's
one
massive.
of them seasons that he either produces something that's quite special, or he ends up being the Mark Hughes to them, to what he was to Man City, where he's the guy that gets them close, but they need someone else to really push them over the line.
So I have heard that Mark Hughes, Brendan Rodgers, all that type of talk.
I think that's what this season is for him, though, because if he goes out and wins something, like, or he does like a double, like maybe even a cup, both the domestic cups or something along them lines, he's actually starting to do something. But if he doesn't, and it's the similar thing again, then I think he's in trouble.
So it is like a league.
It's Arteta talk, yeah.
Yeah. Is a League Cup acceptable, for example? I know
Not a League Cup on his own. No.
They're not going to do. They're not. When
It
you
depends on what he does in the league.
not going to do like.
Well, no, I'm saying League Cup and what, third or seconds. That's
No,
not
if they don't win the league, they need to set like a proper, like a big points total and get pipped by an incredible team. Like, he can't just do what he's done this
85
season
plus.
in the league. Yeah,
That's
if he's
it.
getting like near 90 points and wins a cup, I reckon that will get
considering
him
like,
another year.
for example, if Man City now they are able to get like Reinders and Verts, do you know what I'm saying? And then Rodri's back now, and then all of a sudden, like, Man City just, like, I don't know if you lot know about Reinders.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him, I think, but I know that there's
All right. So Rodri's obviously he's complete, and then you've got another midfielder, not on Rodri's level, but he can pretty much do everything. He can, like, whatever you think a midfielder should do, he's doing it.
Yeah.
So he's playing alongside Rodri and Wirtz is like Foden, a German Foden, like, you know what I'm saying? So you've got two ball carriers, and then you've got two metronomes, meaning like two players that can slow the tempo down, dictate tempo. Do you give Arteta any exception to that type of City? Because that City to me sounds like,
for me, it's more about Arsenal because you can't. I get that variable, but
yeah.
can't control what Man City does. I think it's more, can Arsenal beat the Arsenal of this year? So we'll be beating Arsenal this year, getting the cup and increasing the points total. If he does that, then 85 points plus, a League Cup, FA Cup, whatever. I know some people still won't be happy with that, but it's an improvement on what it is this year.
Don't you miss? I miss patience in football, man.
Trust me, it don't exist no more, man.
Says Mr. Ten Hag out after League Cup, FA Cup.
No. If you remember, Toon, you always remember. So I know you.
That's outrageous. That's outrageous.
I miss patience in football, though, man. Like,
nah, bro,
you have to win it
right
now.
message, wrong
Yeah,
message.
but is 7 years not a decent amount of patience?
No, that's not. We've gone way longer without winning stuff.
Under one manager.
I don't know the full entire history of the club like that. So
in your lifetime, has there been a manager that's been given 7 years or 6 years without winning anything?
Isn't that the point, though, Toon? If you're not winning anything when you're changing managers, do you get what I'm saying? Then why not try and stick with a manager who's clearly making progress at the club?
Yeah, both scenarios aren't great because if you keep on chopping and changing and not winning nothing, that's not great. But if you're sticking with the same guy for 6, 7 years, 8 years, and you're not winning anything, that's not great either. Yeah, you got consistency, but you might have consistency and not winning anything. So
I know not everyone's gonna be like the the greatest manager of all time.
True.
You have to give people time to get there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like if you see the important thing is trajectory, right? Like
Yes. Yeah.
there's no way City is going to be doing what City have been doing over the last like 5-6 years with those crazy 100+ points tallies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Liverpool have come in and done a thing now. Like you just got to keep on building. Like I don't get this whole swapping and changing managers just because they haven't won the league in 7 years. It's a really tough league to win. Like
For me, it's not even about the league.
won the league in 7 years, other than Liverpool and City. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Nobody's been able to do it. So
I think it's unreasonable for Arsenal fans, not Faith, because he doesn't say that. Just like they started off this year saying, unless he was the champs in the Prem, I want him out. I thought, you're mad.
That's they got too lost in football YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. That's football YouTube. You know, but he has to. For me, if I was an Arsenal fan, I would say he has to get 80, 85 points plus because he's done it before. He needs to do it again. And we have to start talking like semi-finals and finals at the minimum for domestic trophies. He has
to show an improvement. That's what it is, and I think it has to be quite a marked improvement on this season. If you take this season as a standalone, if you know what I'm saying. So like the season previous, if he can get back in and around them levels, then that will probably keep him going. But if he has a similar season to this year, I think they might think that he's maybe not the guy.
You know what's magic? Because you don't make me think of something. What's more important to you as a fan? Someone who's going to win you a trophy or someone who you trust?
Yeah.
Look, for example, Ten Hag won trophies every year, but in terms of the league and stuff, Man U fans and Man U didn't trust him. We don't know what this guy's doing. We don't know how he's going to make it to the promised land. Yeah, we get a cup, but in the grand scheme of things, this guy's a fucking it. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, that's why I think United's problems have always been bigger than the manager. When you're getting,
it's true.
Getting successive managers say this club is needs surgery of the open heart. Like another one saying this club is no longer a football club; it's a commercial operation. Getting Jose saying coming second and winning a cup was up there with my greatest ever achievements. This is a man that's won Champions Leagues and leagues throughout his career. There's something deeper going on. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like, I don't think the manager, the Ten Hag, was really the problem. Proving even now, like, do you get what I'm saying? Good managers struggle. So it's not. I don't think it's just the manager. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the actual club.
But but it's mad because sometimes. Because maybe I'm not trying to ignore your point, but you see, like Fergie, yeah, you trusted him, innit? Yeah. To a degree, you knew, yeah, but I mean, like you as a fan, like because people attribute, of course, he won stuff and that does something, but you trust the guy you trust that you know has the club in good hands. He's gonna win your stuff. Do you get? I mean, anyone can kind of look at Di Matteo. He won your stuff, but he. Do you get what I mean?
No one trusted him.
Do you get what I mean, though?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'd probably go down the trust route of someone who's trying to progress the club in the right way, rather than someone that's just going to come in, blow up all the plans, win a trophy, and duck.
Yeah, like Conte. And I think for you, FaZe, if you're, I think it's going to be more like as a fan from a individual stand. If you yourself see, hey, I'm seeing the improvements, I'm seeing changes, I trust that he's going to do more. It might be just you as a fan having to stick to your guns because, I'm sure Mitch would have had the same like with Eddie Howe this season. There was some guys that were saying when we're going through low points, Eddie Howe out, this and that. I think a lot of that's YouTube stuff. But
man,
people say, we can't stand. We need them. I'm like, you guys are crazy.
But I would say that YouTube fans are fans. They're just
they are fans. But some people just they ever say stuff.
YouTubers.
It's disingenuous fandom because
they either say stuff to get a reaction or say stuff to get
that's
them kind of guys.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
And it's always about a story or a narrative. And I think because look at for example, Liverpool won the league and we had to do a fucking guard of honor, but because everybody else wants to run narrative, we make it about Trent. Like, do you get my point? Like,
yeah.
This football huge trap is just like the biggest shameless thing we can throw in someone's face this week.
Ash is like shooting at me.
Because you know what I realized, like when you're doing well, there's and you don't even have to win nothing, but when there's so much man who's not doing well, they latch onto so much bollocks just to drag you down and beat you up with.
It's like school or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But I don't know, like, so it's just to see the other angle, because some fans genuinely feel like this. Do you know what I mean? And I'm saying, if he doesn't get it over the line, for example, is there a part of you that thinks, well, maybe I do have to move on from Arteta and seek pastures new? Or are you still saying it doesn't matter? I trust the process. Or like, because some fans would say, look, if he doesn't do it, then maybe some of the players might think it. Some of the players might.
True.
Saka might think, if I want to win a trophy, I might have to go to Real Madrid.
Nigga, go. I support Arsenal, not you.
And I'm with that. I respect that, bro. I'm with it.
Yeah, I support Arsenal. Not
that's
you,
actually, I laugh, but that's actually a big club mentality. It's true. No players can hold you at ransom and
man,
and like that. If that's the case, then yeah, fine, and it's okay. It's okay.
That should be an any club thing, though. It shouldn't really just be a big club thing. Like owners and managers should be strong enough to have that across the board. Like if you don't want to be here, then safe.
Maybe they are. That's why Arteta's still there.
Do you think now? Go on, sorry.
You got to remember, like what Mitch said earlier about progress here. Progress as well, I believe, has got to be, and consistency here. So those fans saying like Arteta out, you just like, again, we got to remember, so you've only been in this position like 2 years.
Facts.
Out. Like, even though he's been there longer, there's what is it 5 years? Yeah,
6 years.
6 years. So there's 3 years of like
building,
like growth.
Moving you to another position closer to the goal that you want.
Yeah.
When did Klopp go to Liverpool? Was it 16, 17?
15, 16.
No, he's forgot already. 15, look at that. He's forgotten already, bro. Forgot his legend.
And he left 20.
He left. What's Klopp's birthday? If you got Klopp's birthday, I know preacher.
Alright, so look, because I wrote this down. Time, like, it's not linear. So in 16, 17, yeah, Liverpool finished 4th. 17, 18th, they finished 4th. 18, 19th, 2nd. 19, 20, 1st. 2021, 3rd. 2022, 2nd. 22, 23, 5th. 23, 24, 3rd. 24, 25, 1st. So it's not just not just trajectory like that. It don't just. You get what I mean?
I think in between that,
on that note, yeah, you see as well, yeah, you see like you can get kind of accustomed to your achievements, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, like there was quite a lot of Liverpool fans around those times there, yeah, when we won it. That there was pressure on FSG to spend money like City.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Just so that we could win. So sometimes fans just forget. They forget maybe the journey or the route. Like, I think Arsenal fans are forgetting that, you're getting closer to actually winning the league, but you just want to win it. You just want the trophies.
Yeah.
And I feel like the same with Liverpool fans, but it's just because City was just there. It's like,
you think that fans, like we've got in our group, in our WhatsApp group, like Gokes, for example. Gokes, he's against the ball, isn't it? He thinks the ball is being tight.
He's pretending.
But I don't know if he's pretending, but I know there are a lot of people that are like, if FSG just spent more, we would have had more. Do you get me? Like, and it's just more about, so now it's just matching City. Like,
sorry to cut you, because how does that? Because this is what annoys me. Like, it sounds so corny, yeah, but the way Wenger won it, and the knowledge of football and assembling the team without just buying everybody, like, that means something to me. If you want man to just buy it and win, go support Chelsea or go support City.
It doesn't work for Chelsea, because Chelsea are where they are now.
No, but I mean, they started this with Abramovich. And, like, you get what I'm saying? Be prideful in who you are as a club and win it. Win it your way of winning it. Like, Do you get? Not every title win is the same. Not everybody wins it the same way. Not everybody buys the best players. Like there's a way that you win. At you as a club, stop looking over the fence and wanting to be next man. Love who you support. Like, do you get what I mean?
Love who you are.
I said that so delicately, bro.
Maybe we should end on that note, man. It's 1 a.m, bro.
Yeah,
But any final things you don't want to say before we close out, man? Because obviously
you're on mute, P.
No, I weren't talking. I was just whispering. You're right.
Big up the Spurs, man. Them. See you next week, innit?
Yeah, likewise, man.
Yeah, big up.
See you outside, innit?
Good luck, man. Good luck to the two of you, man.
Remember, I told you, innit? Why
See
you
you on the other side, innit?
No, you owe me money.
Mike.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Big up, man.
Thank you, boys.
Nice one.
Safe.
Respect.
Big up, man. Big up to the chat as well, man. Please make sure you like, you share, subscribe. Thanks for supporting us this season as well, man. It's been a pleasure. But yeah, on that notice, I'm out. Big you man up. Love for the love, man. Love for the love, man. Big up all